What's up with it? Hershey Hawkins. Guys got to stop with the disrespect of of yesterday's players. Uh, you look at this era, and you look at the way that the 3-point shot has evolved from where it was when it was first established in the in the late '70s. Some of these guys, man, that would have played right now, they would actually absolutely murder this era. Now, I know they talk about Jordan, being able to score 50 in this era, or you know, as it pertains to some of the athletic, freakish athletic players that would have played in this era. They'll say, oh yeah, well Michael Jordan, he would have scored 50 in this era, or uh, various perimeter players that really, they could shoot the ball. Don't get me wrong and everything, but they were more known for their athleticism more than anything. But what doesn't get talked about, and the reason why, a part of the reason why I'm doing this video too, is because Two Raw had put up a video. Well, no, wasn't a video. It was a post. Shout out to Two Raw, by the way. And he put up a post, and it had Sam Perkins on that post. Now, I'm probably the only one that really, from what I can know, that truly talked about and his influence on the 3-point shot. Well, he had to do with a lot of as it pertains to a big man stepping out, shooting the rock like he did. It was seen as a no-no, as unorthodox. But this is part of the reason, and of course, what I'm going to do, like I've always done on this channel, is give respect to some of these guys that don't necessarily get the credit that they deserve for a lot of their influence. And Hershey Hawkins is one of them. Now, some people might say, well, he's not a Hall of Famer. He was only an All Star once, and he wasn't. Uh, he wasn't, what you would call a superstar or any of that stuff, right? But just you have to understand it. You have to be able to place your logic to say, well, what if he played guys gotta realize that when you talk about catch and shoot, and listen, everybody just thinks that Hershey Hawkins was just a catch and shoot type of guy. Okay, in the league, primarily, that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand that when you're playing and you're called on to do your job and you're set to do a specific thing, for the most part, you don't need to do any more or any less. And see, that's what separates a lot of these a lot of these players that are playing today. You know, they try to do so much that when you don't need to. If you can't dribble the ball, you know what I'm saying, then okay, don't try to work on your stuff when you in the game or whatever. Save that for the off season, and then you could end up working on that later. But you want to try to be a point guard when you know damn well that you can't handle the rock, or when you sit up there and you trying to stroke the J and everything. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to improve as a shooter and everything, and I respect that and everything, but it's not the time during crucial times in the regular season and all that other stuff to look. And I know that you have to be able to take a risk and be able to in order for you to perform. Experience is the best teacher, but you do more detriment to your team than you do good when you sit up there and you try to do something that you're really not accustomed to. Well, see, back in the days, what they used to do is, okay, you had a guy. There were more specialists. You had a guy. Okay, look, this guy right here. We know that this is our all around player. This is our superstar. This is our all star. This is our guy that's gonna lead us to the promised land per se. He's the alpha on the team. Then you have a guy on there. Okay, this is our point guard. This is our primary playmaker. Hey, we might need a bucket. Hey, we might need it. We might need to distribute the ball. Hey, you might need uh, clamp down defense every now and again. Uh, he could do that. And then you also have just your primary defender. You might have multiple defenders on the team where the only thing that they're called on to do is to pick up the best man and lock that motherfucker down, right? Then, of course, you have guys that are just devoted to being, when we talk about the big man, that are just primarily for rim protection and rebounding. And listen, I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people don't understand this. The center position, and y'all could try to debate me on this and try to go at me or try to debunk me and do all this other bullshit. Listen, the center position was not set to be the the primary scorer and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I'm gonna get into that, a little bit later. Right now, that's not really the video for this. But what I'm saying is that there were more specialists than there was, okay, it's just this player to, do everything. Now you have a whole bunch of uh, right, sorry about that, y'all. Having some issues with technical issues. What's up with it, Luda Rider? I see you in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Luda Rider Sports. You said Hershey Hawkins will be great in the Phoenix Sun system. Hey, listen, Hershey Hawkins would be great in the Phoenix Sun system. He would be great in the Golden State Warriors system. He'll be great in. I'm trying to think of some other teams that do a lot of 3 point. Pretty much, man, the vast majority of teams that you see today, is predicated on primarily 3 point shooting. Even guys that are really not known. I think he would be a good fit in Denver. I think he'd be a good fit. Um, you know, let's see. Even a lot of people don't look at it. Chicago. He'd be good, and he did play. He played in Chicago one year. But see, this is the thing, though, Lou. This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand, right? And everybody else is listening. His 3 point percentage. His 3 point percentage was 39.4% for his career. You're talking about an era where they really didn't even shoot that many three pointers, and a lot of people don't understand this either. Is that the Utah Jazz. Hersey Hawkins was a, a 20-point scorer at twice, 2 or 3 times in his career. I couldn't remember. I know he was with Philly, and let me go back. Hold on. Let me look at that real quick. I want to make sure I got the numbers right. Yeah, he was a 20-point scorer uh, twice with Philly. Yeah, because he averaged 22 one year and 20 in 92 and 93. And then he was useful, of course, when he played with the Hornets, and then of course when he played with Seattle, because he almost had a chance to get a ring with the Sonics that year. Guys, if you take into account how back then, think about what he could do in today's game. It kills me because a lot of guys, they sit there and they say, "Oh well," like, okay, Jeff Hornacek. Look, I wasn't no big Jeff Hornacek fan. I couldn't stand Jeff Hornacek, but I'm not gonna act like Jeff Hornacek couldn't hoop. Jeff Hornacek could hoop. You got Dale Ellis. Yeah, Dale Ellis, and they unfortunately they got Dale Ellis ranked number 10 in comparison to some of the other 3 pointers. They even got um, John Stockton at least above him and everything, which I kind of I disagree with that. But guys like him and Ricky Pierce, he doesn't get a lot of credit. Some of these Seattle, when you talk about Seattle and Milwaukee, and they had some 3 point shooters. You know, I just think that for the most part, hold on one second, y'all. Oh man. I just think that for the most part, a lot of these guys, they're being disrespected because you'll look at these guys' stats, and you'll be like, well, he didn't score. He didn't score 20. He didn't score 20 points for his career, or he wasn't an all star, or he wasn't first All NBA, or he wasn't a Hall of Famer. So this guy wasn't good. But if you go back and you actually uh, do your research, go look at film at some of these guys, the way that they were versatile, and like I said, the way that these guys just went ahead and they did their job. Because if if you have an interview, if you go listen to the interviews, like with a guy like Dennis Rodman or somebody like that, 9 times out of 10, what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, "Well, I was just called on just to do a specific job, and I did my job, and that was it." Well, that was pretty much everybody's like mentality. They did what was necessary for the betterment of the team. It's not like that. Well, it's only a handful full of players that really had that type of mentality. But because this guy can't score or look pretty or dribble that much, or they want to do this and they want to do that. Look, that's just not cut out for you, unfortunately, and you have to come to the realization of that. Everybody can't be a Anthony Towns, or even when AD is healthy, everybody can't do that. And I'm talking about guys that are 6'10" and above. Now, if Hersey Hawkins was 6'3", you know, uh, a height, what I'm saying, of a typical shooting guard and point guard mostly, but he was listed as the shooting guard. But that's not to say that he could not handle the rock. But Steph Curry 6'2", 6'3", or whatever, they think that everybody and their mama gotta be able to dribble and shoot like Steph Curry. But see, what y'all don't understand, and a lot of people were they're very naive, and they're very they don't really do their research. Is that if you really go look at Steph Curry's game, Steph Curry can move without the basketball too. And I'm bringing it. Yes, I'm bringing up Steph Curry because I know he's struggling and all that. What's up with it, Jelly Bean? I see you in the building, man. Um, I know he's struggling and all of that, but Steph Curry can move without the ball very well. A better comparison, like I would say, Hershey Hawkins would be a guy like Clay Thompson with his shooting, because Hershey Hawkins could shoot in the mid range too. He could shoot in the mid range and he could shoot, but he was known as the Hawk, that 3-point shot. Um, but see, Clay Thompson, see, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Everybody frowns upon moving without the basketball, but back in the days, like when I know Lou can know what I'm talking about. They taught a lot of shooting guards to, hey, you need to move without the basketball, be able to come off the screen, stuff like that, like just straight fundamentals, like Rip Hamilton, stuff like that. Believe it or not, they taught a lot of the shooting guards to play that way. At least I know where I was from, to be able to do that. Now, unfortunately, like they weren't like stepping out as far as Steph Curry was and stuff like that. But moving without the basketball and then being able to come off the pick, and if you were open, what I'm saying, enough, to get that hole and be able to get a short shot or something like that, or even just go ahead and go to the cup, then it was what it was. But a lot of coaches taught that, and of course your primary ball handler was going to be the point guard and stuff. It and see, it was a no. Look, I've seen it, man. If if you were like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", man, the coach did not want you fucking handling the rock. And if you did, that motherfucker was gonna sit your ass down unless you were just straight elite. I'm talking about you couldn't fuck up with your ball handling. You couldn't do any of that with your ball handling. And on top of that, you had to be able to possess guard skills. And one of the guard skills that they wanted you to possess was being able to be a lockdown defender. I know in high school and a little bit after high school, most of the shooting guards and the threes, they had to be elite defenders. It wasn't none of that. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the ball and that's it and stuff like that. Nah, you had to play defense too. Why you think Kobe Bryant was such a tenacious defender? Why you think Michael Jordan was such a tenacious defender? You know what I'm saying? And they were 6'6". They were 6'6". What's up with it, Nola? Oh man, my brother James in the building. Let me let y'all in, man. My bad, bro. Let me let y'all in. I know James got something to say on this right here. Y'all go subscribe to my boy, Nola Boy Sports. Excellent coverage of the games yesterday, James. I'm telling you, man, he gonna give you that. He gonna give you that real. He ain't gonna give you that old fake ass announcing dick riding shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you that real. But you know, Hersey Hawkins, man, was a guy that you could rely on. Mark Jackson always talks about reliable. The shit, Hersey Hawkins, you could rely on that motherfucker. I remember when I used to play the games, and this was back in the days when live was hot and shit like that. Hersey Hawkins was that guy. I would depend on that motherfucker, man, in so many situations. I'm talking about on some video game shit, some old fantasy shit. But we got to stop disrespecting the previous era. Like I'll get on the chat sometimes and some of these guys, man, it's just ridiculous with some of the stupid shit that they'll say. Like they'll say, "Oh yeah, Jeff Hornacek, man, he was trash." Oh yeah, right. Nola, if Jeff Hornacek was to play in today's game, he would have a fucking field day.
Yeah, it's the loop, bro. I agree with you on that. I've been paying. I was at work just listening to you. I'm glad you cooking on this because some of these players like that get forget about in our era because of the style that they changed to play in today's game to help these role players out. But fundamentals never hurt nobody, Polo. So this a nice video you doing on a Hersey Hawkins, a Nate McMillan type person because they was two-way players. Hersey Hawkins was a solid defender. You know what I mean? I ain't saying he slowed Jordan down or stopped him, but he gave him trouble. Him and Nate McMillan in that 96 finals with Seattle. So that was a nice tandem to try to throw at Jordan, even though Jordan was gonna be Jordan. Because Jordan stepped up to all the competition. But like I say, and like you saying in this video, Jordan ain't go against no weak ass shooting guards and no small forwards. They had a lot of talent in our era. So why not give those dudes they praise and say our era can't play in this era when it's so wide open, the lanes are so wide open. Ain't no hand checking, so it's easy to blow by a person now. Knowing our players was more fundamental, sound for us, doing everything in the game that they need to do to help their team win. If I'm a specialist, I'm still gonna play D. What I'm saying. Just because I'm a 3-point specialist, that's not the only thing I'm good at. Like this era is just one dimensional. I don't see how we let them get away with highway robbery by putting this crap on TV, and then we always gotta praise them for stacking the deck to win. Like if they drafted these teams the normal way, and you helped your players on your team, your number one draft pick that you got because your team was shitty because you was on the whatever reason. Don't trade these players away. Get these players and teach them what you're supposed to teach them. Be the leader that you're supposed to be. How we gonna label you a fucking leader in this era when you need help winning your motherfucking self? You see what I'm saying? So I like that Hersey Hawkins video that you're doing right now because he was one of the underrated defenders to me. We all know he can shoot the three ball. We all know what he could do on the offensive end. But I'm looking at on the defensive end now. Him and Nate McMillan was a terrorizer backcourt with Gary Payton. Go check it out. That's why they was always top top two in the fucking West when they did have a squad together. That squad was really based off on defensive mentality and principles. And Gary Payton and Sean Kemp just ran the flow and made it look like baby showtime the way they were throwing alleys to each other. But if you put Sam Perkins, Hersey Hawkins, Nate McMillan, Deadly Shrimp, anybody on that 76ers team in this fucking era, they gonna prevail and they gonna fucking eat, man. Just the 5 fucking people that I named, and I ain't even get to Sean Kemp and fucking Gary Payton, dog. Just them 4 people, dog. Sam Perkins, Deadly Shrimp, motherfucking Hersey Hawkins, and Nate McMillan. Man, you can win with those 4 players on the team. They did it. Sam Perkins showed you he was a winner with the Lakers. Devilish Shrimp showed you he was a winner. What the Seattle Supersonics, and when he went to Indiana to help Reggie Miller, whenever he could do. So I'm just saying, don't sit there and shit on our era because y'all didn't get a chance to watch it, or y'all refuse to Google certain shit and see how these players was and what they gave to the game. Jeff Hornacek was one of the main reasons that Karl Malone and John Stockton was getting to all those finals and had good records in the West. It wasn't just John Stockton and Karl Malone. Jeff Hornacek, Antoine Carr, you had Brian Russell, you had Chris Morris, you had Harold Isley. Man, you had nice little solid pieces. Players who understood their role and ain't try to do other people's job. So I'm glad you're cooking on this. I appreciate that, bro.
What you got on it, Lou? Big Lou up in here.
Salute, Lou.
What's up, Polo? What's up, James? And Polo, you talking about guys moving out the ball. I always said James Worthy was one of the best guys moving out the ball because he didn't need the ball in his hand. You had Magic Johnson. How many times did you watch a Lakers game? You see Worthy coming out of nowhere, getting a easy dunk and easy layup because he had one primary job, that's rebounding, playing defense, and moving out the ball. He didn't need the ball just to prove that he's one of the best players in the league. He did that because he did certain things like put up 21, 28 points, 35 points when he needed to. He wasn't boasting about complaining about not having the ball enough. When he knew that Magic Johnson's main priority was to be the point guard and get him involved in the offense. That's why they would call Showtime Lakers. That's why they would call one of the best offense in the 80s. And you talking about other guys moving out the ball. What about Richard Hamilton, Sean Elliott? I'm telling you.
Oh, they had Dale Ellis too, huh? Polo. Wasn't Dale Ellis on that team?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
It was like this, James. You would always fear playing the Sonics, not because Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. It was Dale Ellis and Herbie Hawkins. Because if your main game plan was trying to stop Kemp and Payton, that when Herbie Hawkins and Dale Ellis just go off. Because you got
hey Lou, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. But hey, I want to piggyback off of what you said. Another guy that I don't think he gets enough credit, that guy Ricky Pierce. Y'all remember Ricky Pierce?
Yeah, I like him from Milwaukee. He played for Milwaukee and Seattle.
Mm-hmm. My bad, Lou. Go ahead, bro.
The reason why Ricky Pierce don't get enough recognition because remember, Milwaukee's had those bad teams around that time. Till Ricky Pierce went to Seattle, that's when they started really paying attention to him. But I'm glad that you're talking about this, man, because today these kids don't even understand.
Lou, and James, they don't understand. Listen, he averaged 22 one year, and he averaged 20. Put that in perspective, man.
But Paulo,
he wasn't even much no Gary Payton or no Sean Kemp. He wasn't the leader. They wasn't looking for him to score. But if a nigga wasn't the focal point of their offense, it could still give you 18 to 20 points, bro. How the nigga couldn't play in this era? It's scary, bro. I like the Hersey Hawkins. I like that whole Seattle Supersonics team because they pride on defense. They had snipers. They had everybody who buy and playing their role. You can't get that in this era. You can't get no team that you trying to build and win a championship and get everybody to buy into that system. That ain't gonna happen in today's game. You see what they're going through right now. Turmoil. Shit don't work in the first quarter of the season. By All-Star break, they trying to trade everybody. This the only era I know, y'all, that make 2-3 trades a year just to try to fix one problem when it's on you. You got to fix yourself. It ain't that you got to move this one, move that one, get rid of this one, fire that one. Fix yourself. If you the leader, get this team and leader, man.
They ain't making back in the day. They ain't trying to make no damn trade. They just gonna stay with what they got and try to win the championship. They wasn't making a whole lot of trades in the middle of the season just because your team going downhill.
Boy, that Hersey Hawkins got me woke, boy, because I ain't gonna lie. I used to like Hersey Hawkins. I had Sean Kemp. Listen, when Seattle was balling in 96, dog, I was a junior in high school. And I promised to God, I went and bought me a Sean Kemp jersey. I had the Gary Paytons. I had a Hersey Hawkins jersey. So this how I wind up. The reason how I wind up with the Hersey Hawkins jersey, because one of my cousins asked me to borrow my Sean Kemp jersey. And this nigga got the shit fucked up, you dig? And I let that bitch keep. I said, man, you can have it. You know what I mean? That because he had a 40
I
Glock
thought
at
you
the
was
time.
gonna come to blows, man.
I wasn't tripping though, but you know, it wasn't nothing but a little retro jersey. It wasn't like no Michelin S and no throwback. You know, around them days, you had different style jerseys you can buy that was affordable. But I had went got all three of them bitches on sale, but I wanted that Hersey Hawkins because of that number. You know what I mean? He had that number, and I like the solid players. Because I always looked at myself as a role player anyway, like not try to do too much. I ain't trying to come on and be the team. Put me where you need me, coach. Wherever y'all lacking at, that's the position I want playing master. I know what I can do. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of man frame I always took towards sports. Every team I join, Polo, I'm going to the coach and look, I won't play running back. I like to play safety. I won't play quarterback. But what we lacking at, what you need me at? Because fundamentals ain't shit to learn. You know what I mean? So that was in any sport. Are we lacking at first base? I play first base knowing I won't be the pitcher outfield. Sometimes you got to sacrifice for the team. And a lot of times in this era, if the shit ain't working, like I say, they're just crying the river and ready to break the shit down and throw the shit away instead of trying to fix the problem. Only thing you need is your oil change. Change your fucking oil, man. You ride around with that the black ass oil in your car and wondering why your shit smoking. And then you stay in California, so you know you can't be walking around with no smoke because they're gonna flag your motherfucking ass. They're gonna get your ticket out this world. You got smoke coming from your shit in California. So I'm just saying, I like this, bro. We need to start talking about a lot of players. I'm tired of talking about
Yeah.
the same old bullshit ass players though, Polo. I ain't lying. That shit be that shit tiresome, bro. It wear you out.
Nah, I mean that's why, like hey, look, I try to tell people about the Luda Riders, about the Nola James, about the Ticket to Two Raw. The reason why I started talking about this is because guess who I saw on a post that Two Raw had put up? It was Sam Perkins, and I was
Oh
like, you
yeah.
know what? Listen, he don't get enough credit for one of the ones the big man's ushering. Hey, it's cool to step out there. Cause what did they call
Yeah.
him? Big Smooth. When he got older, cause when he was with Carolina, he was more athletic, going to the rack and all that. But then as he got older, he was stepped out, hit that quick release J, and it was money, left handed.
Hey, he was one of the first big men to really take that shit serious, like you said. But they won't talk about we ain't have no fours and fives that could shoot the three. Nigga, Deadly Shrimp was deadly. Sam Perkins was deadly. You see what I'm saying? You had a couple of niggas in the big era that could shoot the threes from that 4 and the 5, but it wasn't predicated like they pushing it in this era. You know what I mean? But if you
And
swing that bitch on that Seattle Supersonics team in '96, you had 4 niggas that could hit the three: Dale Ellis, Sam Perkins, Hersey Hawkins, and you had motherfucking Deadly Shrimp. All 4 of them niggas was deadly behind the arc. I don't give a fuck what it. You about to go watch them. Them niggas could shoot the three. It just wasn't predicated like they pushing it in this era. So you gonna mean to tell me Elijah Wine, if this shit was predicated in our era where they made it a 3-point era, nobody wouldn't be taking that shit serious? I'm just saying.
man, James, I'm gonna put you down. I'll put you like this. If Sean Kemp were playing today, they be talking about he's one of the weakest big men in the game today because he wasn't
Why?
doing the because he wasn't doing the things like the big man do today, hitting 3-point shots, hitting the mid range. He was a power dunker. That was his main part of the job, was to be a power dunker in the game. and they don't like in they game they don't like power dunkers like that.
Well,
But
hold up.
they,
You got power dunkers in this league.
but they in awe. Hey James and Lou, they in awe of a motherfucker like Zion. Well, shit, what
That's
the
what I'm
fuck you think
saying.
when? What the fuck you think Larry Johnson, LJ was?
What about Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin, Zion, fucking Gerald Green. That
But
nigga be jumping out the
they
gym
think
since he come in.
they think Sean Kemp don't score enough points to satisfy the certain NBA stat today. Like if Sean Kemp was going out there and putting up 40 points, they say, Sean Kemp one of the best big men. But if he ain't going out there doing that every night, they don't celebrate that.
Oh, Lou, that's not his job to go out there and put up 40 when you got snipers around you and you got a point guard like Gary Payton. They won as a team. Now, the only thing that was shocking to me out that whole Seattle run when they had that team together, because that was a nice ass squad. They was giving niggas problems, dog. Was that Denver series. Besides that Denver meltdown when they lost that 3-1 lead, that's the only thing they got over their head and losing to Jordan. Everybody else can't really say they did what they did. Seattle was a solid team. Now, I didn't like George Karl that much because, I feel like he wasn't that type of coach to motivate you to win, to get over the hump, but he just was an average, decent coach. You'd have put anybody else with that talent to get the best out of him, I guarantee you Larry Brown would have won with him. Phil Jackson would have won with him. Greg Popovich. I'm just saying, naming the great coaches who you've seen over the years
Larry
working
Bird
with
would
their
have won
head.
with him. Larry Bird would have won with him.
I like Bird when he was with Indiana, but Jordan was in his way. But if that's the only team took him to 7 games. Them and the Knicks. Other than that, Jordan was running through shit.
Yeah, like they don't understand how good Larry Bird was as a head coach too. Because think about what Indiana was before Larry Bird took over as head coach and GM.
Yeah, they was shitty, Lou. They was shit. Well, I like a motherfucker.
Right. When Larry Bird became head coach and got them to where they need to be, man. And plus at GM he made those moves too. Like I said, people think about Larry Bird the player, but they don't think about him as GM and president and the coach. You don't know how much he changed that organization.
That's all you need though in this day and age. You got the players coaching. You don't have no real coaches. The players run this era, so that's why you got so much turmoil. You know what I mean? If you let the coach do their job, the GMs do their job, you be the player. You just go cash your check and go buy your Bugatti. Go to Disney World or something. But leave this shit to the people who really got the credentials to pull these strings and to try to build championship level teams. As you can see, these players doing it ain't working. You know what I mean? It's only backfiring on them. And then they want to sit here and talk about our owners doing it. But our owners, the niggas who did it in Boston, Bird and went 3-5. I mean 3-2. Magic went 5-4. Kareem went 6-4. So I'm just saying, when you look at them doing it, it don't have the same impact, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's why them niggas make 2-3 trades a year. Who does that? I ain't gonna never compare this era to my era now. And I
They
like their
don't
era. They got
like
some good players, but they're not built like that, man. Them dudes ain't never built like that.
this. What they don't understand, James. They don't understand how to really put a team together. All they try to do copy other teams with. That's a bad move to me. Stop trying to copy other teams to put a team together that's going to help you win championships. You got to have guys on the court who's going to play defense, guys on the court who's going to rebound the ball, guys on the court who can really shoot. Instead of trying to copy what the Warriors organization trying to do your own thing, man. Stop with the bullshit.
That's another thing I think fucked it up too. Ever since the Warriors come with that style, they put that style in to fit their team, how their team was constructed. Everybody's team ain't constructed like the Warriors. So I believe in you right on that, Lou. That's what I'm saying. People is a monkey see, monkey do era right now. If I see
What
you with some
like
nice tennis on, damn, bro, where you get them
this
from?
what
I'm going to get
but
them too. Man, get your own style. You understand? Damn, where you get that from? I'm going to cop that too. Just give a nigga they props if you want to give them their props because they look decent or whatever, or you like their game, but don't try to duplicate that shit. That's why I was really mad at Kobe, but I can't lie to you. I understand why Kobe did that shit. Kobe wanted to be great. How many niggas in this era who they say won't be great gonna learn from the people that came before them? Ain't nobody asking no fucking questions. They going out there thinking they know it already. And now they got to figure it out on the fly and got to do all this fugazi shit to the league to make themselves relevant. And you can't fool me with this type of shit, dog. But give me the Hersey Hawkins. Give me the fucking Jeff Hornaceks. I know John Starks wasn't that good in certain situations, but he was a solid player. Give me players like that I know they're going to stick to their role and play their game. They're not trying to be Michael Jordan. They're not trying to be Kobe. They're trying to win. But if they shot fall, they shot fall. You got a lot of people whose shots don't fall, but you wonder why their shots ain't falling? Because they're not practicing. How many times you hear teams in this era right now practicing? They having scrimmages with each other. Like what Jimmy Butler did in Minnesota. Oh, y'all get over there and I'm gonna whoop the fuck out y'all. Show y'all niggas y'all ain't shit. It take a nigga like Jimmy Butler to do it. Why LeBron ain't doing that? Why AD ain't doing that in New Orleans? But all these niggas won't quit when the pressure get hot on that pipe. And now they want to join forces against the young dudes. That's why I fuck with Zach LaVine, Chicago. I like what Utah doing. I like what Chris Paul went over there and did at Phoenix. Talk about these teams. Dog, we talk about Golden State, the Lakers, every fucking day. Like this shit
You
is
know,
like driving me.
Memphis is third in the West and doing things and beating these teams, but they are not getting talked about. It kills me right there, James, man, because Memphis is an up and rising team who may end up taking
Wasn't they
over
just
the.
on a 10-game win streak though, Lou, before they lost the last game?
Yeah, they was. They lost to Memphis in that 10-game winning streak. They beat Golden State. The night they played my Bulls. I know. I think they're playing right now.
Yeah, they playing right now. They're playing right now. The Clippers up on the Pacers by 14, what I see. It's tied in the first at the end of the first quarter, and Cleveland beating the Nets
See, right
59.
now, you got the Bulls and Memphis playing right now. They tied 20-20 in the second quarter. You want to know why it's 20-20 right now? Because both these teams play defense.
Yeah, they solid. They solid. And you got to think about this too, Lou. They built their team the right way. You know what I mean? Nobody
Yeah,
ain't want DeRozan. They was calling that nigga DeFrozen. Now look at what he doing over there with Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine. You can't knock that man, dog. That man is balling.
like right now, Zach LaVine and Ball's out the game. DeRozan is trying to do it by himself today.
Oh, they not playing Zach LaVine and LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, they both out.
That's gonna be hard for DeRozan to pull off. But hey, I give him a shot though. I still give him a shot.
And Jimmy Russo's out too.
Man, they missing a whole lot of people, bro. That's defensive minded
Hey,
players too, though.
but hey, they still in the game right now with Memphis. So I don't see, plus I don't see the Rosens out here complaining about they don't got enough help. He's still doing his job.
A dude that's competition wise, like competitive, and just love to play the game. Then nigga ain't out there crying. Nigga just won't play. You hear me? And they gonna let the chips fall where they fall. Cause like I see, you can't win them all. Everybody can't be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Everybody ain't gonna make it to the All
Brooklyn's down
Star.
right now.
Everybody
Brooklyn's
can't win
down
a
right now.
championship. But what I be damn if you gonna do is come out here and half and give me a half effort show. Cause I'll fire your ass today. You know what I mean? We need to get back to those type shit. When a player fuck up and you know it was his fault and you see he not doing it, cut that nigga, man. Cut ties with that nigga, eat that money. You the one brought him on anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how the Lakers get in a situation that is with Russell Westbrook knowing you weren't gonna be able to trade him anyway because the type of player that he is. But hey, it is what it is. Now
Like
everybody crying.
it's a damn shame right now. James Harden out here crying like a bitch.
Man, here another one. You see, he got getting those foul calls, so they adjusted the game tonight. He ain't getting no help. So what, like Mr. Mass said, salute to Mr. Mass and everybody got a channel on our team cooking, because that's what we do. Like Mr. Mass said, if they stop you from getting those calls, what's your next go-to move?
Yeah, I'm about to do a live show tonight, man. I got to just talk about this whole football situation.
Oh yeah, Dak need to be kicked in his ass. I need him gone. That gotta go, dog.
Like,
I
like
hate
you
when
up
a
there,
nigga.
like
I
you
hate
up
when a
there
nigga get
crying,
their
complaining
money
about
and that
you up
nigga
there
quit.
crying, complaining. Like I never get on any guys for crying about his money. But when you get the family get your money, family get paid, you got to go out there and deliver, man. You can't be
Yeah,
on that bull.
facts.
You can't be on that bullshit. Like you want that 75, you getting paid $75 million. Meaning you better win a couple Super Bowls.
Couple, that
'Cause
nigga better go on a fucking dynasty run. Fuck that. Listen, like I said, Dak Prescott is really a game manager. When we got him, we knew that already. But you see Ezekiel declining. You refuse to put Pilot in there, and you got this nigga on this fucking running out there with a fucking grocery basket wrapped around his knee. What the fuck, man? Sit the nigga down and give it to Pilot and Clover Commit. Clover Commit just won the championship, toting some of the load with the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Patriots. Come on, man. That dude can run the ball. Big Ten running back. Rush for a lot of yards at Wisconsin. Like top 5 in rushing.
like you seen what my team did on offense, James. We gave it to our best player and let him do what he had to do. Like we gave it
Kellen
to
Moore
do.
can't draw plays neither. You know they know what I think it is though, Lou. I don't mean to cut you off. See, they know niggas trying to sign Kellen Moore, right? As a head coach. But the product that he been putting out there for his play calling, getting stagnant every play. One game he putting up 51. You know how to call plays, then the next game he can't score 10. Man, get this nigga from around me, man. I don't need no inconsistency like that. Denver could have you. Whoever want looking for a head coach, y'all can interview this nigga. Nah, I slingshot him over there.
Thing for that game yesterday, the thing I worried about when my team was facing the Cowboys was them flinging the ball all around, flinging the ball down the field. Because our secondary was terrible. But
Man, Dak was scared. Dak wasn't stretching the plays. Dak wasn't running. And then, know what made me mad? This bitch, when he decided to run, you want to run with 14 seconds left on the clock with no timeouts. You stupid motherfucker.
I was
George
about to
Jefferson
say,
looking good.
hey James, I was about to say, I got a 49ers fan and a Cowboys fan right in here. I would have given both perspectives, but never mind. Y'all beat me to punch. My bad. Y'all could.
it's
No, I'm
like
just saying, Dak sold us out and Kellen Moore. I hate, like I said, I hate when a nigga get their money and they on a roller coaster ride. You got your money. They paid you because they felt like you was a quarterback that can manage the game. But they got him out there like here, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. That nigga ain't on that level yet. That's why you picked him in the 4th round. That's why he dropped. It wasn't because of that charge he had that fight with his brother and his stats dropped. Dak is a game manager. And then he don't want to run no more. Like, why you not running? Why you wait till 14 seconds with no timeout and try to run all of a sudden? The lane's been open. The first nigga that came in there and took the sack on your first drive, you was supposed to pivot out that shit and roll out and hit one of those receivers like you've been doing. Like I say, if for some
that's the
reason
best
that nigga
way.
was scared.
That's the best way. That's the best way to stop a pass rush is getting out the pocket and running a little bit. And he
And how
didn't
many
do that.
times you seen that, Lou? Y'all had a good pass rush. Y'all ain't blitz. Y'all just stacked the box, kept dropping like 7 or 8 in that bitch, and had y'all front foot cutting up. So what I'm saying is, when we made the adjustments to do it, we always got a holding call, a penalty to push us back, and then you come back and do another dumbass bonehead ass play. I'm like, man, come on, Kellen Moore, bro. You got to go. Mike
Okay.
McCarthy, I thought you was the fucking play caller. Why you got
No,
Kellen
no,
Moore
no, no,
calling
no,
the
no,
plays
no,
if
no,
you the
no, no, no,
guru?
no. Hey, James, look, man, and look, I can't. Even though Dak didn't play that well, I'm not gonna put it all on Dak. Let me tell you why, James and Lou. Mike McCarthy, you know this, and you a Cowboy fan, James. He been fucking up all season long, and he did it right at the wrong fucking time too, as well as Kellen Moore too. Their energy was already unmatched. Like I told Lou last night, and I wanted to tell you too, James. They came and sucked the life out of that building right away, and their momentum. There was nothing that you could do except for that one play when Jimmy G almost fucked it up. I know Lou was like, "Oh shit." That was a momentum changer. Other than that, there was really nothing that they could do. They even try to match it with the run, James. Like I think, like you were saying, they try to match it with the run. I think Mike McCarthy. I know you probably gonna disagree with me on this. I think he should be fired, and they got to figure out what to do with Zeke. Zeke was a non-factor, man.
I agree
He
with
was a
that.
non-factor.
I don't like Mike McCarthy though. I never liked him in Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like I never did. You know, I just don't like how they fault him for being Aaron Rodgers' downfall when you ain't
What's
winning
up?
that since the
What's up?
nigga
What's
left.
up? 3000. I see you in the building. Hey, James. 3000 Steelers Nation. They got bounced up out of there too, man.
Oh yeah, they started off right though. But I said this to myself yesterday before I started that video. I said if Pittsburgh defense could stay off the field and Ben Roethlisberger he must keep some kind of drive going. I say Pittsburgh can wind up winning that game. Defense came out like they were supposed to, but the offense never showed up. You know, that goes to show you Ben Roethlisberger old. They was on your boy, Najee Harris. Every time that nigga touched the rock, they was on his ass because they know that's
They
all they
got
had
they
because
got
Ben
to find
Roethlisberger
they got to
can't
find
stretch the field.
they got to
When you
find a
know
way
a
to
nigga can't
use.
stretch the field, I'm gonna load
Like
the box on you.
I've been saying this the whole season. They got to find a way to use Najee Harris way better on that team because he can run. He can also receive. He can receive in the backfield too. He's
Facts,
like
Lou.
he's one of those running back receiver type of guys. They got to find the right kind of quarterback to use Najee Harris better.
But
Hey,
they expect that they hey Lou and James, they expected Najee Harris and Juju bringing the motherfuckers back to make a whole huge difference.
I was surprised to see Juju back because they wanted to win. That goes to show you. Look, we think we got a chance to win this game. Juju, you want to play? If you held it, and them dudes when dog Ben Roethlisberger ain't got it. And like Lou just said,
It's like this right
you
now.
got to find more ways to get Najee Harris the ball, and he'll be more explosive. I take Najee and they could take Zeke. Give Zeke to Pittsburgh and give us Najee Harris.
It's like this right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers got weapons on the offensive end. The only problem is the quarterback is too damn old. They need a quarterback who's going to get Claypool, Juju, and Harris in the tight ends in the best situation. That's why they wasn't that great this year.
I agree with
Let
that.
me let me ask you something. I got real football heads on here now. Okay, look, either order, man. It don't matter. What 3000 just brought up a good point right now, and I've been saying this. Tomlin, move up in the front office. Okay, he did what he did. He got the fucking record. My first intent is to go after Deshaun Watson. What y'all think about that, man?
Hell yeah, you better do that. You better do that. Like, I don't care what type of draft pick you got to give up. You need a quarterback that's going to help this organization win at least one more Super Bowl with Thompson as head coach. And if Thompson does move up in the office, they better hire somebody who got a great defensive mind. I think the best. I think if they do, if he does move up to office, you hire your boy who used to play wide receiver for Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, what's his name?
Hines Ward.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yeah.
Like right now he getting interviewed for head coaching jobs right now. You might well hire Hines Ward to take over that organization, be the head coach for that organization because he was the good. He not only was he a good player, he was also a good offensive minded coach. That's why he's a college wide receiver coach right now, and he getting the head coaching job interviews right now. So why not let bring back Hines Ward? Let him come back home.
Hey Lou and hey James 3000. It's MLK Day today, right? Listen, let's march up in that bitch like Selma, right? And get motherfucking Tony Dungy. Like I said, Lou's probably tired of me hearing this. I've already said this before to him. Get Tony Dungy, James. Get motherfucking Tomlin. Get call fucking Herm Edwards, Dion. March up in that motherfucker in Houston and say this motherfucker got to go. You fired the coach after 1 year over there in Houston. You having problems with the organization, hadn't been right since Bill O'Brien. Then on top of that, one of the women, guess what they offered, James and Lou? You already know this. A settlement for the 22 allegations. What does that tell you?
Something ain't right.
And he got a picture with his girl. He took a fucking picture on social media with his girlfriend smiling while they was out on a date.
Why they got it off with Deshaun Watson all of a sudden? I never understood that.
Because he want to leave. That organization ain't right. Just like Hawkins left. Just like motherfucking Watts left. Just like Arian Foster wanted to go. Just like motherfucking Johnson had all these weapons and didn't want to do nothing with them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. So listen to all right, not all right. I understand that. So this is what I would say about that. If a brother don't want to be in your organization, grant him the wish, especially because I think Bill O'Brien knew he was about to get fired, so he demised that team from jump. So it was more him instead of them getting him more help. Why get rid of this DeAndre Hopkins for nothing? You just sent him over there to Arizona for nothing, and you got an old ass David Johnson back when you know the man was hurt and he wasn't gonna be able to give you nothing. So that was a bad contract you picked up on. Plus, he can't help you anyway because he injury prone. He trying to shake back and get back in the phone. Now you fucking say, well, JJ Watt's old. I don't trust him no more. Like you say, Polo and Lou, who the fuck Deshaun got to throw to a helm on defense? Nobody. So he basically out there by himself, running for his life. You done traded his best offensive lineman from Mississippi to motherfucking Miami. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, let the man go. You got him on your roster. You ain't suspend him. He was in uniform. Only thing he wasn't doing was playing. It wasn't like he was sitting on the sideline in street clothes. The nigga used to be in uniform, just sitting there holding like he's the second string quarterback or the third string quarterback, can't make a team or something, or coming off the practice squad because somebody got hurt. I really feel like they're gonna reap what they sow. You understand?
I'm like this.
I take Deshaun over Dak. I promise to God.
I'm like this. If my agent talking about Houston want to interview me at the head coaching job, I tell them hell no. I would not want to be the head coach there. Fuck that organization.
That dude did good though, Lou, and you still fired that man for what he had to work with. Why? Why? That goes to show you they been having it out for this skin color. It ain't no motherfucking secret. And they always talking about racism don't exist. It's all in your fucking face every time they fuck over a brother who got a job like that. If that ain't racism, I don't know what the fuck it is.
You want to know something else, James? The head coach that got fired from Miami said he was willing to try to work out a deal, try to get Deshaun Watson over there.
Why he got fired, Lou? The man was 10-6.
He won 7 games in a row. He still got fired. That make any sense to you, James?
That's bullshit. That's what I smell. I smell bullshit. Man, we need to start our own league. We need to lead them, get them bitches back to AFL, and we need to start our own league. That's all it is. The AFL combined with all that other bullshit, and they trying to make money any way they can because they don't have a good product to put out there because niggas ain't taking that shit no more. I know niggas went to the pro just to get the money and came out business, started real estate, opened a car lot. Them dudes wasn't worrying about that shit. Them dudes just was trying to make it to get the money. No bullshit. Them dudes weren't taking that shit serious because they know if I get hurt today or tomorrow, them owners don't give a fuck about you, boy. You're on a trade block. You think I'm gonna keep uprooting my family from Seattle to Washington, back to motherfucking Dallas. Now I'm over here in San Diego. Now I'm playing in Atlanta. I know niggas done been on 8, 9 teams, man. Ain't no motherfucking way in the world, man.
Here's the thing, gang. Here's the thing, James. We got they said we don't got enough black billionaires to start our own league. Yes, we do. There's over like 50 black billionaires in this country. 50. And you telling me though, out of all 50 black billionaires, they can't start their own league? Get these.
They not listen. Half of them niggas is sellouts though, Lou. That's why you don't get them niggas. In order to make that type of money, dog, you got to be a sellout fucking with them dudes, bro. Everybody know that. And the only way you gonna get that big is being a sellout. Them niggas ain't about to let you eat if you going against the code of everything they trying to push out here. Oh, you ain't with this agenda? Shit, cut that nigga water off. Don't let him breathe. They ain't gonna let you live, boy. You ain't gonna be able to feed your family. That's why you got niggas putting on dresses now, showing their titties like Russell Westbrook, anything to stay relevant because your game done fell off like a bad bag of dope. That mean retire, nigga. Like I say, go open me up a restaurant, a car lot, a car wash, anything. I don't give a fuck. Just to get the fuck, man. Don't sell out for that money. How much money do we need? We don't need them 50 billionaires. Look at all the black athletes in this world right now that ever played the game. All them niggas could come up with $1 million a piece. I know they got it. Come up with $1 million a piece and start their own shit, and you still won't be broke. You know how many young dudes will come over there trying out for that shit? Like unnecessary roughness any given Sunday. The program, nigga be running out there trying to play football for them niggas. That's why they mad at Dion right now. Cause Dion's stealing all this shit. They gonna cut him in his head in a minute, watch. And I hate to say it, bro, but it's real, it's real. You know, I try to keep it 100. Dion better chill out stealing all them niggas prospects. And you bringing them to the nigga league? Shit. Keep doing it.
I'm tell you what's gonna happen, James. The NCAA gonna come up with some type of bullshit to try to get Deion Sanders banned from football.
Yeah, they already talking about he doing illegal shit to get these players. That's what I'm telling you now, Lou. In a few more years, and them niggas become. Look what they asked Dion. That's how I know the shit. One Rich Eisen asked him this. He was like, Dion, would you go out and play one of the Division I schools? He said, why would I take my team out there? No, we gonna lose because we not on a level because of the recruiting class or the money reasons why. And I'm gonna go out there, take that little bag that they're giving us, get my players broke up like these kids don't have no life after football, going against people that they almost supposed to be playing anyway. So let's level the playing field. Let us get some of these D1, D2s, D3s, and that's what he's doing. And then we'll have that conversation later.
You want to know something, James? The worst thing that can happen is Dion bring his team out there to play those Division I schools, and not only do he beat them, he beat them badly. And every single 5-star kid was gonna go play for Jackson State. They're afraid of that.
Oh, Lou, you must not be listening. They doing that now, boy. Dion is snatching all them niggas up. Dion got like 20 motherfucking recruiters since he been there. The decommit and go to Jackson State. Them niggas deep over there, dog. I promise you, them niggas is loaded. But Dion not stupid. Like I'm telling you now. When he was talking to Rich Eisen, he asked him, would you go up there to play those schools? Because lately, the HBCU's been getting one big game. Like Southern went go play Memphis Tigers. Come on, man, that's a mismatch. Memphis hung 50 up on them. Then Southern went go play Troy. You know what I mean? That was a better game, but Troy still wound up winning. You understand? But Southern ain't supposed to be out there with them type schools, man. They're not, because they don't have the recruiting class. They don't have the money to compete. They don't have the booster. And everybody know that. But you think we supposed to just jump and say how high because you paying us to come play this game. And you feel like our program need the money that bad. I'm going to sacrifice these kids' health and well-being after fucking football for this bullshit that you trying to put on this table. I'm not about to ride my kids over there across town and do all that, man. Give me, like I say, Dion doing the right thing. He's starting to level the playing field. He hitting them bitches where it hurt. And that's why they mad at him. Dog, I hope they don't do him nothing, bro. You know how they play games like that, dog. That's all I'm saying. You got to see that shit coming. Let Dion keep stealing the motherfuckers like he doing. The top crew cornerback. You saw how they made a big old deal about that? How he stole that cornerback, and now they talking about the man is tampering with shit. He doing it illegal. Come on now.
Like they just made a big deal because you heard he just got that wide receiver commit, right?
Yeah.
They started to make a big deal about that one too. And plus
he getting 5-star recruits now. 5-star, 4-star, 3-star recruits. You know what go with HBCUs? Not trash can people, but the people that they don't want. Or they feel like, you know what? Oh, they ain't gonna bounce to my music. So I ain't gonna give them no scholarship. They got all the talent in the world. My cousin went to school with a nigga in the 90s. And he passed away because he got on that heroin. But that's goes to show you, dog. Look what he said. He said, look, he went out there to training camp, right? He out there busting everybody's ass. Freshman took all them niggas' spot. But he brought his quarterback because he said when he went to the school, he said, man, that quarterback shitty. See, they don't want you to talk like that. The dude was only keeping it real. The nigga was shit water. But you had him starting. He said, look, I can get the quarterback that's a junior to come out next year and come here. He said, that's the only way I commit to y'all. If you let him come, because we familiar, I know how you throw the bitch. And this nigga had so much speed, dog. He played running back, slide receiver, safety. He never came off the field. He was like me, but I wasn't cold like that nigga because that nigga was like 6'2", 225. That nigga was a dog. You understand? So
See,
look what the coach told him. The
that's the
coach
most
told him,
problem.
well, then bring him out here. We're gonna get his paperwork signed and this and that. So it was time for them to go to school that next fall. The dude graduated, he go to the school, go to spring camp and everything. Come to find out, they ain't must let the man come because they talking about he ain't had the grades. But the quarterback you got, he ain't got the grades. I know I ain't trying to put his business out there, but Morris Morris Claiborne, whatever the nigga name is, what the nigga name was who went to LSU, who the Cowboys drafted Lou, the nigga Claiborne, like the cornerback,
Yeah.
him, man, they was taking that boy test and everything. Man, that dude was dumb as a door now. That dude ain't never went to class. Everybody was doing his work. And the whole state of Louisiana knew that. You
I
understand?
know,
That dude ain't never
hey,
did no work.
James, I know how that works. I went to college, man. Like most
Yeah,
guys
they
on
take
my
care of
team.
them elite superstars. You ain't gotta do shit, nigga. Just show up.
Um, that's why I said the Bengals are going to the AFC Championship game because you look at that quarterback and the wide receiver who played together for at LSU, Joe Burrows and Jamar Chase. They got a great connection, and I would not be surprised those two brothers in the winner the Super Bowl one of these years because they look like they're gonna be the most dominant duo in the NFL in the future.
There is, right? Because like you said, they're familiar with each other. That's why I just told you that little story that I told you. If Soul could have got that nigga who was the quarterback for us as a junior when he came up out the senior year, like I said, the people at the school told him that and everything. You go look up a dude name right now, a dude named Key Gardner. You can look up Marshall Falk's story. Why you think Marshall Falk had to go to San Diego State? They wanted this dude to play cornerback. Marshall Falk ain't won't play cornerback. Every big star
Yeah,
recruiting
yeah,
school,
I
Florida
saw the
State,
doc.
Florida, all them niggas gave this nigga a scholarship to play corner. That nigga wanted to play running back.
Yeah, I saw that documentary on Marshall Falk, man. The way they treated him before he got to college,
Yeah,
man, it's bullshit, man.
that's what they do is down here, man. That's why I'm so glad that they got so much shit going on for them because we ain't have social media. These niggas
Yeah,
using this shit for the wrong reasons, though.
I also saw Ward Dunn's story too, man, about his mom being killed when he was a cop in Louisiana.
Hey, I played against that boy, though. Warwick Dunn.
Yeah,
Warwick Dunn with the Baton Rouge Catholic. I played against that boy.
yeah, I only met him like one time, man. And he was like, while I was growing up playing football, man, I wanted to be just like him, man.
I played against Rondell Measley. I played against Kevin Falk. Kevin Falk went to Karen Crow, and Rondell Measley went to Desterham. We used to play Desterham the second game of the season every year. Every year. Them niggas, that's a big country ass school out there in St. Rose. Man, them niggas look like they had about 300 niggas on their football team.
Man, they always talk about Florida and Georgia having the best talent in the country, but Louisiana, man, they come out there, they got way better talent. Like you need to get a running back, you gotta go to Louisiana. You can get the best ones.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Look at everybody that came out the state of Louisiana that played running back. Kevin Falk, Warwick Dunn, Cecil Collins, his little career with the Miami Dolphins and that LSU. Rondell Measley before he broke his leg with the Green Bay Packers. He made it. Man, every running back, Chris Howard, who rushed from Michigan, who ran for Michigan in the championship game with Brian Greasy, he went to John Curtis. All these running backs. If you want me to go to the other skill position, Reggie Wayne, motherfucking Ed Reed, all them dudes from Louisiana, man. We don't put no bullshit out there. And if you shit water, we will let you know. You gonna get picked last because they ain't got nobody else to play. And then we're not gonna never give you the ball. We just gonna have you screening or blocking or doing something. You're not gonna be running no routes or none of that. Put that nigga on special teams and just let him break the wall down or something. But we gonna give you something to do. We gonna give you something to do.
Ain't that what's his name? Hey, he used to play for the Birds.
Who you talking about? You say he played for the Bears?
Yeah, the all-time second time leading rusher in NFL history.
Oh, Walter Payton?
Ain't he from Louisiana?
Nah, he from Mississippi.
Man,
I think he from Mississippi. because he went to Jackson State. He from down there somewhere, but he ain't from Louisiana though. I might be wrong, dog. I don't know. If he was from Louisiana, I'd have knew that. Because by me playing running back, we went to the Marshall Fall camp. We went to the other dude camp who had the Cornelius Williams who won a Super Bowl with the Rams who played for the Cardinals. He from down there. He went to Southern. Eric Johnson used to give basketball camps down there. Irvin Johnson, who played for the Seattle Supersonics, who went to UNO, had a tremendous basketball career. Greg Monroe, who's still playing in the league right now for the Dallas Mavericks, who they signed to a 10-day contract because they were short because of COVID. He from New Orleans, went to Georgetown. So I'm saying, like, hey, if it weren't for the dope game, a lot more niggas would have been made. A lot of niggas got caught on that dope and got caught up in the game. Like, you know, them niggas like, man, I ain't going to no school, but I make $1,000 a day. I ain't going to no motherfucking school. And it's sad to say, though, dog. It's sad to say. And by us being small, that's what I tell people. What if we were the size of Houston? What if we was the size of Texas, period? This the state. Louisiana could fit inside Houston like 2 or 3 times. No bullshit. As far as population.
Like you said, if it wasn't for the dope game, a whole lot of guys from Louisiana being pros right now. But
I know niggas done took themselves out stressing. I know niggas went to school instead of them concentrating on playing ball. Them niggas went there to bust it open. Niggas ratted on them. Well, all kind of stories that happen. Like I say, down there, that's the only thing I don't like about down there, because they gonna push you through school. They're not gonna really, like, if you ain't willing to learn and you a good athlete, man, them bitches, you ain't gotta come to class. Them bitches gonna mark you here and they just gonna give you a passing grade because they know you gonna make it. They want somebody just to be successful. Like, I'm a JJ type ass nigga. How they was pushing JJ through school, fuck all that. I don't want to be like that. I'm gonna come here and really try to learn this shit. I want to be good at it. So if somebody was to ask me a question, because my kids gonna have to go this route because they got to go through school. Some of these questions these kids be having, I always be knowing because I done forgot some of that shit. I be like, man, shit.
You know something, James? I didn't really start learning stuff till I got out of school.
That's how it be though, Lou. That's how it be. Like right now, dog, I wish I could go to school. I want to go back to school so bad. But I need something that's gonna keep me in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I was thinking about going to roll in Texas Southern and fuck with that band just to keep me in that bitch. Because I know I can't go join no football team, no baseball team. Ain't no fucking way I'm doing that.
You can always go to college for 2 years and try to be a one of those be one of those people who take work at doctor's office taking x-rays and stuff like that.
No, see, I'm trying to listen, I'm really trying to. I wanted to be a coach, I ain't gonna lie. But what fucked that up when I was playing semi-pro football in Louisiana and Katrina hit, that shit shattered everything. Because when I moved to California for those 4 or 5 years, that shit wasn't even much on my mind because the nigga ain't had shit. I just lost everything. Boy, you know how I was feeling. So that deteriorated a lot of shit. So now I'm a fucking security guard. I found something that I like to do. You know what I mean? Because I like guns or whatever. So I did that shit to protect my family and get my record straight anyway, because I was convicted felon. But other than that, listen, if I could go to Texas Southern right now, I'm going there for band, and I'm gonna go there so I can start my own business, because they say you need to take like a certain many hours if you're trying to start your own security business, or you could just ride to Austin and just take the test. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, just riding to Austin and just take that fucking test. They got it online too, but I won't go in person. You know what I mean? That's why I've been trying to hit that bitch. I've been looking over it here and there when I get a chance, when I don't work 7 days a week. So when I decide to go to Austin, I can have my shit all the way together. I got all my license. I just need y'all to sign off on this bitch and put that motherfucking government stamp on it, so I go get my LLCs and start trying to pick up some of these contracts.
Well, I gotta go, guys, because my uncle called me from Germany.
Oh yeah, man, it's all good.
Yeah, I can barely get I'm surprised because it's like nighttime in Germany right now. I'm gonna go talk to him real quick.
All right, man. You have a blessed day, Lou. Nice chopping it up with you, bro.
All right.
You know, I hope everybody having a blessed day, man. Salute to your chat, Polo. You know, You know, that's how we do it. We show each other love. We come on, we hold it down. The Grizz up by 13 on the Bulls. But Lou already told me why. So I see why they down. You understand? So I'm not worrying about that. They're missing two of their starters. Plus you got Caruso out. Hey,
You
it's
talk,
all good.
you talking about the Bulls?
Yeah.
My bad, man. I having some issues with the phone. I think Lou was trying to get back in. Okay. Um, listen, man. The Bulls, they still got to prove themselves, but I like the direction that they're going. Me and you, James, we see eye to eye on this. You don't need a whole bunch of superstars to fulfill obligations like winning the
Facts.
championship. You don't need a whole bunch of all these people talk about old, 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 old. Lakers are no more older than what Dallas was. Lakers are no more older than what the 60 something Boston Celtics were. Lakers are no more old than what the San Antonio Spurs were or the Mavericks.
Yep.
So
You're right.
there's no fucking excuses. All this like, oh yeah, well, you got to be old. I mean, you got to be young and vibrant and all this other stuff. That's not the case. You got to put in the effort to win a championship. Dallas Mavericks, man, all them guys were beyond their primes, huh, James?
Yeah, they was. And the Spurs in 2014. That's why they was mad because when Greg Popovich did that bonehead ass move by taking Tim Duncan out, that was a fuck up right there. So when you
Hmm.
gave that series away, look the very next year, dog. You seen how the Spurs beat the Miami Heat? They whipped that ball around so fast. It's like soon they touched the hand, it was going back to the other side. So now you got to keep up with this ball. I ain't trying to take you off the dribble and wear all my energy out trying to dance with you. Bands ain't
Hmm.
making me dance. I'm trying to put this bitch in the basket and make it so easy. So if that ball whipping around and people cutting off each other and I'm cutting to the basket because you trying to keep up with that ball, that's why all
Hmm.
them slip back doors was open with DL. And you had Tony Parker tearing the ass up in that floater in that middle range. So
Right.
ball movement more than anything, stacking the deck. Why you gonna stack the deck if you don't know how to move the ball? You gotta know how to move the ball. Team ball,
That's
bro.
that's facts, and see, like I I look at it like this, like okay, I don't know about you, James, but Luca to me is not the reason for the math success. I talked about this the other day.
I seen
And
your video on that.
hey,
You go
man,
ahead.
I gotta hear you out on that, James. No, no, no. I want to get your perspective because what I've been saying and what I've been preaching, Jason Kidd came in there and did exactly what needed to be done by putting Jalen Brunson, starting him at the point and bringing Luca off the ball. But oh, Luca has one good game. Oh man, all of a sudden they want to start cheering his ass on when he's been a negative 47 throughout the whole entire goddamn season and it has not been doable. It's been Jalen Brunson that's been doing the work.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. That little nigga right there been cooking too, bro. That like you say, if you got a bench and you got players that can help contribute to keep the pressure off some of your main starters, where they ain't got to worry about pressing the score every bucket that they need to do this because you got help. Trust in your help. Trust and believe in your players. That was a big move for Jason Kidd. That goes to show you he know what he's doing. He's a great coach. He know the game. He know X's and O's. So I'm only doing what I need to do to help this team succeed. Now, whoever don't want to be a part of that, shit, I put your ass on a trade block. And look like they've been helping, like you said, since he exerted Bronson into that offense the way he have, because now Luke ain't got to worry about bringing the ball up. When you bringing the ball up as a point guard, you got so much stuff to worry about, so much shit running through your head. So if you can
Hmm.
be better by not trying to put all that on your plate, every fucking play that the ball is being brought in, you don't have to do that all the time, Luke. You have other people that can bring the ball up. So try to get some of this shit off and you big enough to get some of this shit off the ball while go posting up and just doing your little wiggle down there on the block here and there. You know what I mean? So I like that. Keep Jalen Bronson in there so Luca could have some kind left in the gas tank where he don't have to press as hard. At least the coach showing, look, I believe in the help that I got you. You gotta believe now, Luca. I'm showing you, I'm putting them out there. So long as you could help me believe and keep them comfortable while they out there with you, don't freeze them out when you out there. Cause sometimes Luca got the tendency, I try to win a game himself and freeze a lot of people out when you don't have to do that, because that's why y'all been cooking by moving the ball. Tim Hardaway getting his little shots in. You know, Pazik is starting to get the feel of the game, which is not after a couple of years him being hurt in the playoffs, and then y'all flopping the way y'all did the next year when y'all was supposed to make a little noise by being healthy. So y'all got big expectations, man. Let the coach be the coach. Let him do his job, Polo. And Jason Kidd know what the fuck he do. How many finals he won? Three,
And,
right? And one.
and see, James, listen, James, you play point guard, right? Listen, man. Okay, the point guards I played with, all of them, not just a couple of them, all of them did one thing that will separate you from everybody else and make everybody even more motivated, and that's play good, sound, lockdown defense without having fouling without fouling, because it's important. James, playing point guard, playing a point guard, but especially the old school point guard. If your primary point guard is in foul trouble, he's usually 9 times out of 10 your best free throw shooter. So
Yeah.
if James is if he's my running mate in the backcourt, and you're like, man, Paulo, what the fuck is you doing? You're supposed to be out this way. Now I got to go in and I got to draw that foul and give up one of my fouls so I could go to the line and hopefully convert. But they don't see it that way. When you look at Luka, dribble, 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 dribble. By the time the third and fourth quarter come down, what's up with the True Viking? I see you in the building, Queen. Guess what? He wore down, just like he was against the fucking Clippers.
Yeah, that's facts. That's why I'm telling you, with Bronson being inserted in the offense to take some of that pressure off him, Luca got to understand why Jason Kidd made that move so his game could elevate, so he can have more left in the tank, like you say, instead of draining yourself out, think you have to run the whole show. Because I like Tim Hardaway. When I've been no Bronson had a little game, but like you said, if you're not getting the burn and you're not passing, sharing the ball because you dribble in the air of the ball, get your ass on the block, nigga. I want to see Luca play more on the block like the Gary Payton or the Chris Paul. You stop, shooting that jump shot and that 3-point shot all the time. Get your ass on the block because you 6'7", 6'8". You got the advantage over a lot of these point guards because they're not that tall or big like you. So you'll be getting the foul calls. Work on your fucking footwork. That goes to show you none of these dudes in this era work on nothing. They just make it to the league off what they did, and that's it. And they're going to end their career how they made it to the league, being mediocre. And then when a nigga shut that shit down when it count, people will come out, he ain't got no help. Nah, because he playing stupid. He's stuck in his ways. Sometimes you have to adjust to your team.
Mm-hmm.
Show the team that you're trying to adjust to them, just like you want them to adjust to your style. Sometimes your style ain't going to work against this opponent. Sometimes we might need Tim Hardaway. Sometimes we need Bronson to be on the ball more. You know what I mean? Porzingis to be more of a feature to help your ass. But you just stuck in that overseas way because you used to doing shit your way. I like Bronson though.
Yeah, and see, another guy that don't get enough credit is Finney Smith. An elite 3 and D guy because he's shooting well over 7% somewhere around there. And on top of that, he's a defender too as well. But he didn't get any credit. You wouldn't even know Finney Smith was doing the job that he was supposed to do.
True, baby.
And and listen, I'm gonna tell you like this too, James. See, Luca did not really. He wasn't impactful. They held it down without Luca because you got to remember Luca had missed a few games, and so did KP. KP's been missed damn near the majority of the games too. Guess who's been in there doing the work? It's been Jalen Brunson. Luca. The previous 2 games up until they played Memphis, he shot 8 for 23, and even before that, he shot poorly. I think it was like he was like 5 or 18 or something like that. His shooting percentage is only 43.9%. That's horrible. Jalen Brunson, more accurate, 50% from the floor. On top of that, he's going to get you the dime. He's going to distribute the rock. And more importantly, he's a leader too as well. He can also play defense. So why are they hoisting Luka up when he hasn't done shit? That's what pisses me off. It's just like with Jokic. Everybody screaming all this noise about all these other guys that are doing impact, like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They're not meaningful. You take Jokic away from that motherfucking Denver team, they're not going nowhere. And this motherfucker's having to do everything, but they're not talking about this motherfucker in no MVP conversation.
That's what I'm saying. And see, the players like that, to me, Polo, deserve more MVP conversation because of the circumstances that they're working with anyway. He missing two of his top best players, and Jamal Murray and MJP. I mean Michael Porter Jr., MPJ, and you still out there putting up numbers and taking it to these teams. You just beat the Lakers by damn near 40, and they had two of their big three. But I'm just saying,
right.
I'm with you on that. That's why I told you in the early part of the video, I'm tired of talking about these same ass bullshit ass players and teams when you got other teams out here showing you I'm hungry too. What about me? I'm from that what about me, Claude? Because as a black person, we always been forgot about. So you got to come out here and always try to be on Front Street to be seen sometimes just to show a nigga you bout it or you serious. But sometimes that's not always the case when you got help.
Hey, James, I mentioned your ass earlier too, man. To wait what? Because he was talking about, how we were talking. I want you to explain to people, man, better than I can explain it, and tell you people, look, the more that we keep going at each other, we're not going to accomplish shit. Like, because we talk, this is MLK Day to day, but people forget about shit like that. I want you to explain it to people because you said something to this effect a long time ago. You said it multiple times, but it's about, I think you talk about getting into real estate, building us getting together, building our own neighborhood, our own society, our own this, our own that. We're capable of doing it, but we won't do it like the Asians will do it, or like the Hispanics will try to do it, or like the Arabians will come over here and do it, man. So I want you to explain and bring some logic to these motherfuckers because everybody's all about their fucking self, man.
Yeah, that's what I be saying. People like to talk, but they don't want to help a nigga walk the walk when it's time to come to the table. So that's what I be saying a lot because I found myself in positions like that when I was out here making illegal money and I had a chance to make a difference, but I was always, thinking about myself. So now that I don't have that type of money and I gotta work hard for it like an average person, you just can't blow that shit. So if the shit that I'm saving, I'll be like, man, listen, let's come together. Let's go buy this lot over here. I don't give a fuck what we put on it. We can start off with a car wash. You know what I mean? You know how many people out here that just need jobs that you can hire just to wash cars? But now you got your legitimate business. All these 1 acre lots, bullshit ass lots. But instead of that, you'll show yourself on Instagram and Gucci belt, Ferragamo, Dolce Gabbana. Shit don't have no fucking value. But a nigga just asked you to go half on the fucking lot. You know what I mean? To try to do something for the community. So you got, like man Lou just was talking about. He said they got 50 black billionaires. Man, you know how many people they got in this fucking world and they only got 50 black billionaires? Come on, man. You don't think that number lopsided as a motherfucker? What them 50 supposed to do when they not even doing nothing in the jump? Like from Jump Street. Them people were supposed to do that shit from jump. Why we always got to get infiltrated when we coming up with something like the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther Kings get knocked off because the nigga done infiltrated us. But when it come to those white folks, we can't go sit at the round table and come back and tell the hood what's going on, so we can fight that shit or be like two steps up on them sometime, like they be 4-5 steps up on us because of the infiltration going on in our community. Niggas come by all our shit up, like. When Katrina hit, dog, I seen this shit with my own eyes. People lost their house that they had over 20 and 50 years, and the white folks done, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, went all across the canal, bought all that land up, put all those bullshit ass houses up that's breaking down in a year's time. Shit ain't put up right, plumbing all fucked up. They down there making that money though. That could have been us doing that shit. They trying to put
Right.
casinos on our fucking land. Why we ain't trying to go get some of that shit, knowing it's for the cheap anyway, because it's devastated. Because what I noticed about the real estate, that's why I keep talking about it.
Hmm.
After Katrina, my dog, I went to elementary with him, I went to junior high with him, and I went to high school with him. And
Hmm.
I played baseball with him. He out the
Right.
eight wall. But man, the ninth wall and the eight wall don't see eye to eye. You understand? But me and him
Right.
never was on that level because we always played sports together. You know, we kept our mutual distance when it came to that wall shit. When it came to me and him, because like I said, we
Hmm.
played sports throughout our whole career together. So I wasn't really tripping. I went home, dog. I'm working on houses. My uncle got this business where he fixed on houses with this Jew guy. This Jew guy got 84 properties, dog, throughout the city of New Orleans. Nigga,
Ooh,
I
you a
don't know no
tycoon.
black. I don't know no black nigga on 5 properties and trying to build something and give people jobs that and teaching them how to work on houses like they gave me an opportunity, a second chance at life. But it took a Jew to do that shit. But he helped niggas. I'm like, hold up. What the fuck? I said we can't get our own people to do no shit like this. So now I'm
Hmm.
like, we go to Home Depot to get some household shit, some sheetrock, some plumbing shit. And dog, listen to this. I see this nigga in there. I said, boy, what you doing in here? He said, man, I'm about to get some sheetrock and fix my property up. I'm about to put that bitch on the market. You heard me? I'm helping people buy houses. They're trying to come down here and buy all the property up. You dig? But I'm buying that
Hmm.
shit before they can get a hold of it, fixing and selling it back to my people. So I'm like,
Yeah.
dog, that's the type of shit you on? And he was like, yeah, nigga. I said, and I know he was a big time D boy. You heard me? And he done
Hmm.
went to jail a few times. He done had a few money stacked here and there, whatever. But that nigga took all that money that he savaged and took a whole neighborhood, nigga, and bought all the flooded, damaged houses because he went to City Hall. That's why I keep telling niggas, go to City Hall. When you get your little taxes, them the 12, 15,000, 9,000 that you be getting a year, when you claim your kids, go to your City Hall in your city and you go down there and they got a real estate book of salvage houses, foreclosed houses that you don't know nothing about because they ain't gonna tell it to you. You gotta know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that know that type of shit. But it took a
Right.
nigga like that was on my level to tell me that shit. So that nigga was like, man, I went to City Hall, nigga, and I looked in that book. I bought me 5 houses for 30 grand. You know, I had to put
Mm.
money into it. It was still savage. The foundation still was right. I just gutted them bitches out, put some new siding on there, come up with some new sheetrock, put some new tubs and turlers in that bitch. He was getting
Yeah.
$90 turlers, fucking $108 tubs and shit. Long as it was somewhere where you could live, because he putting that shit on Section 8, helping his people. He had some on Section 8. He was selling some of them bitches. Like if you want to be a homeowner now, shit, I invested 40, 60. Man, give me 100 for this bitch. You hear me? This bitch is livable though. New roof, new sheetrock, new insulation, everything in that
Mm.
bitch brand new. So I'm like, God damn, that what made me start talking about the shit. Like, I know niggas that really doing that shit, dog, and they put niggas on who really about that shit. But by me being in Houston and my family out here and they in New Orleans, I ain't going
Mhm.
back home. I like it in Houston. So I'm trying to corner the market out here. Man, they got Sealy,
I,
Texas. They got Katy, they building up. You got all the outskirts, Missouri City, number land out here where you can go spend about 80 racks or get a loan from the bank and just come up with something, a business
yeah, cause
proposition.
yeah, cause you know I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm not to cut you off and nothing like that, man. But see my kinfolk, they stay in the H, and they of course I got one of my cousins. She lived in Katy, and then I got a lot of them that live in Mo City, and then a lot of them live on the north side. You know that FM Jones in 1960, that whole area. You know what I'm saying? That north side or whatever. They live out
That's
in
where
that
they
area.
doing it at though, Polo. That's where everybody
Mm-hmm.
moving at because that's where all the land at. They got land all through this bitch, but they trying to build that north side up quick. They coming up with number fucking subdivisions, houses for the low. that you can buy, rent, or own, or you can just do it yourself. Why all them motherfuckers got to put their money together and go bid on that shit? That's why I tell niggas, you think Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all these big ass franchise restaurants, McDonald's, they started this shit with one person. It took 5 niggas to come together and put their money together and get a loan from the bank. But you can't get no 5 niggas to live in no house together. You talking about who used all the tissue paper, who ain't washed the dishes, who ain't cleaned the toilet, and all
Who
this
ate
other
up
dumb
all the
shit don't have
cereal?
no fucking value. I'm like, man, that should be pissing me off. When I moved to California, dog, I seen 15 Cambodians in one house. And I ain't never heard of
Yeah.
no Cambodians until I moved to California. I said, what the fuck is
Uh,
that? So the dude like laughed the shit off because I was serious. I want to know what the fuck that is. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I just thought it
mhm.
was basic people. You got all kind of type names that people come from different countries coming over here eating, but we can't get a fucking grant to open up a corner store. Man, come on, dog. That's
Right.
why I keep saying that shit too. We gotta start coming together, man. You see, these bitches ain't giving us nothing. If you got a nigga who got some money in your family, go to that nigga with a family proposition, man, and try to help your family. Now, whether you want to do it or not, you build your credit up in the first loan that you be able to get instead of going buying a house, a car. Go buy one of them 2-3 acre lots for about 40,000-60,000, and you put you something on that motherfucker and start your business. And that business gonna make you some money. Now you can expand. You can't rent that house out that you buying because you gonna be living in that bitch. They ain't making you no money. I'm just saying, dog, we got to stop jumping at the first thing we see because we ain't worrying about nobody else. We got to start worrying about our community, like you see. Like I said, we talk that talk, but we ain't walking that fucking walk. And I'm ready to walk that walk. That's why I work 7 days a week. So if a nigga do come at me with something like that, shit, I'm on board, man. What's that? Where you want to start at? Shit, one nigga
No,
could take the north side, you could take the south side, nigga could be on the southwest, nigga be on the southeast, nigga be in Beaumont. Boy, it's too much land out here, man.
right. And see, this is the thing, James. Like a lot of guys, man. It's three things, man. For one, they think that your logic and your rhetoric that you coming with right now and your outlook. A lot of niggas, the average niggas where we grew up at, like you said, the Ninth Ward, wherever, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the guys, they think that is, oh man, that's impossible, man. No, that'll never happen. And then when they see like me or you or True Viking Queen trying to do it or something like that, what's the first thing they want to do? And like you was talking about how like that's why you can't put niggas in the house together. What's the first thing they want to do? Oh, nigga, you ain't gonna make it. They want to doubt it and stuff.
Yeah,
That's why our people are so fucking competitive. But see, you're not realizing that. Okay, you see how competitive you are. You see how you like, nah, you can't do it. I can do it better. You see what you can do. And listen, we got, we need to have, like what James was saying. Okay, this is the second thing, the second point I wanted to make. Like, check this out. You sitting here, you're talking about lots, land, businesses, stuff like that. Hey, James, these motherfuckers don't realize, James, look, you can make your own fucking name. Guess what? An LLC. You can
yeah,
make your name. You can make your name a sole proprietorship. Now, check this out. These motherfuckers, I know you heard about this. There were two black women that became almost billionaires right now from doing what, James? Selling hair. And they started out old school way, like me and like how we used to sell tapes and CDs out the back of your car. They were selling it hair products and hair mainly out of the back of their car, and they took it. They took it digital and everything because of the crisis and everything that's going on right now. Now
yeah,
check this out, man. What y'all don't realize, you don't have to be like, oh man, I gotta have all this shut up to go ahead and get an LLC or sole proprietorship. Hey, me and James would be like, look, hey James, man, you know what? We're gonna make this shit an LLC, and then we just gonna go ahead and do shit on the fly. But guess what? You still got to file taxes for that LLC and that sole proprietorship at the end of the year. So you be like, look, I ain't got no business cards right now. Hey, no problem. You get that later. But you do the shit on the fly. But everybody thinks that it's so impossible to start your own brand or start your own business. Everybody talk about all this. Oh yeah, I need my own brand, so I got to make a YouTube page or I got to have an IG. Nigga, that ain't no goddamn brand. A brand
You're
is
right.
like what James. A brand is James. I think security or whatever. Him having his own contract. I'll be like James. Hey, I want to come. I want to come work for you. And guess who you? He's the boss. That's a brand. That's a
Hey,
motherfucking brand, not Polo Sports talking NT. Yeah, I got the show. Hey, James, he got know the boys and news, but that's not generating. That's not generating what generational wealth for us. James is what James is talking about: having a property, having a lot, having a business that you can what pass down to your descendants. And they could turn it into whatever the fuck they want to. I told my daughter, I got a fitness thing going. Hey, if I pass it down to her, James, guess what? If she want to turn it into a fashion shit or something like that, look, I
yeah,
left her something. My pops ain't gonna leave me shit. Just like my grandpa didn't leave my mom nothing. They gonna look at you crazy when you get older. They probably not even gonna want to go to your funeral because you like James said, you ain't leave them no land, you ain't leave them no assets, you ain't leave them no business, you ain't leave them nothing, you ain't put them on a power of attorney for nothing. You ain't even set
you
up
know,
no
you know,
goddamn living will for them to struggle. My bad.
no, I know you real. You right on that. But I'm about to piggyback on what you just said, and that's why kids in shambles right now because they feel like you let me down. So I'm gonna go be a boss at a young age. I'm gonna do what I want to do at a young age. So you got a lot of black folks out here taking their life into their own hands and not knowing the consequences. That's why you going to jail. You getting killed. The niggas don't want work. So this another thing I'm gonna bring up to you too though. Peep this out. I know over 5 people did this. Now you see how people go to the auction with the auction license. They'll go buy a
Mm-hmm.
car for 600, 1,200, 5,000, but they'll come back and try to tax their own people. And you wonder why your lot ain't moving no cars. You see what I'm saying? This is
Mm.
my philosophy. If I buy a car at
Ooh.
the auction for $600, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
cash call. Now, if you ain't got the money, I finance it for you. But 9 out of 10, I'm gonna make it affordable where you have the money. I need that shit to move. I don't need this shit sitting here. And then now you gotta sell the shit for the low anyway to get a new order in. Like when these 19s be going out, they be trying to dump them bitches to get the 20s in there. You see what I'm saying? So people be rushing to get the 19s in the beginning of the year. Shit, don't treat yourself. I mean, don't fuck over yourself. Wait till going into 20 when they trying to get them bitches off the lot and then go hit their ass then. You see what I'm saying? And then see what kind of rates and deal you get now. Because now they trying to push these 20s. They ain't worrying about them 19s and 18s and 17s. But why let them tax you when you could do the same thing they fucking doing? You could go to an auction, get your own shit, get you a 2-acre lot. You feel what I'm saying? And put your cars out there and put your tag on that motherfucker. You know how many niggas need cars out here today? Everybody need transportation. So why tax your own people? What I'm saying, don't tax nobody. I paid 5,000 for this car. Man, give me 6,000. I just want to make my money back and an extra 1,000. I'm gonna go get me another one. You dig what I'm saying? Now, if not you, the way you gonna make your money is the interest rate. That's why people finance cars. I ain't trying to fuck my people by putting you in no finance hole. You see what I'm saying? But that's how they doing us. And we so
Right.
stupid and dumb. Ain't nobody trying to own their own car lot to get us out that jam though. That's what I'm saying. Everybody that we dealing with these car lots is foreigners or them fucking crackers. And you wonder why you getting fucking rates, 20-year deals on houses, 30-year deals on houses and car notes trying to get up out the jam. You gonna die trying to pay this fucking shit. When you got your own people knowing how to do it, but they taxing you too. So you can't even trust your own people sometimes. We need some right legitimate people gonna come in and teach a nigga the game the right way because everybody's still gonna eat. I ain't in your city that I'm teaching you that shit. It ain't like I'm about to move from what I'm doing, to move a business out there. I'm teaching you to open a business up out there so our community can eat out there too. I can't be in 1,000 places at one time. Stop trying to be like this nigga gonna outshine you or pass you up. You giving this game for a nigga to succeed. Now, whether a nigga pass you up or not, man, get out your fucking feelings. That mean get up off your ass and stop texting the nigga. You see what I'm saying? A nigga just gave me the game with the firework stand. That's why I'm giving it to y'all. Go get your 2 acres of land, man, and go get your one of those totes for 3,500 and put you some fireworks in that bitch. In a month's time, you've been made $40,000 to $50,000, something you don't make in a year working for McDonald's and then some of these fucking restaurants frying food, sauteing this fucking fish for their stupid ass and washing these dishes. So stop cheating yourself, man. Become a boss, man. You gotta want that shit, man. And I'm telling you, dog, I'm talking that shit in existence. That was my first time doing it. The second time is gonna be for the 4th of July. I'm gonna be cocked and ready, and I'm gonna be ready to get my own tote. I'm gonna be ready to get my own LLCs. That's gonna be my shit. And I ain't trying to branch off. I'm still fucking my nigga, but I'm gonna go put a tote somewhere else. I'm willing. I'm looking to move somewhere else and expand. Buy a little lot over here and drop that bitch. I pay somebody to use that till I can get my own lot. You know, it's money to be made, and I'm willing to share that shit. I can't die with none of this shit, man. So why hold that shit? Like the music industry. All these dudes say they want you with something. They're trying to hold you down, and then they don't want to push your music. They holding you on the shelf. They don't want you to be out there because they feel like you're gonna blow past them. You know what I mean? I know a lot of niggas was in that situation. That's why you got independent. A lot of people fucking with the YouTube and the social media type shit, pushing their own shit. They ain't fucking with no record labels. Stop cheating yourself, man, because you ain't gonna get nowhere. You've been cheating yourself your whole life, so that's all you know now. You feel like everything gonna come your way, a nigga trying to fuck over you. That's not always the case, man, because a nigga see you fucking up. So if a nigga come to you with some advice, sometime, bro, take that advice. That nigga ain't trying to be your daddy. That lady ain't trying to be your mama. She just see you fucking up, and he just see you fucking up, and they went that route, and they trying to save you from that pain. Don't look at it like that all the time. You know how many niggas saved me from shit, and I was because I was willing to listen. And I know niggas who was standing in that same circle, didn't listen, and they on a t-shirt and they're behind bars waiting for a nigga to send them commissary. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. That's all. It's all like what they say down above the rim. It's all there for you, shit. It's all there. Shit ain't gonna fall in your fucking lap.
They can't. They. What do you say? They can't erase what we were.
Yeah, you can't erase what we were, but it's all there. It's all there for you, shit. Nigga say,
Bernie Mac, man.
He's the security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was, but he could hoop. That motherfucker could pull up from what he say, young 40.
Yeah.
He would pull up from 40.
It's all there for you, man. It ain't gonna fall in your lap, man. We gotta be more content with how we talk. See how I'm talking? I'm telling you, I'm serious with this shit. Sometimes you gotta talk that shit into fruition and get more people on your bandwagon. You know what I mean? Get the nigga to know. Now, if I get the ball rolling, and that's like Polo just said, that's what I behave. You don't want to trust the process to start it, but soon a nigga get the ball rolling, now you won't come jump on. Sometimes that be hard for you to do because people wanted you to trust them and what they believed in the beginning. Now that you see it in for tuition, it's gonna be hard for a nigga to put you on unless you come with that bread like he had to invest in that bread when it first started. That's how my nigga explained it to me. I invested a lot of money in this shit. I invested over 30 racks. You dig? I understand you only putting 7 and 10. You see what I'm saying? But when you could meet that 15 mark, you can get your own tote. We could get our own shit popping. And that's my goal, nigga. My next move is to get my own 2 totes. That's 15 racks. 75 a piece. What product in that bitch?
But see, young, I'm gonna let you go in just a second. But look, man, like when you talk like that, James, like I said, a lot of guys, a majority of guys, like okay, excluding Young and a lot of guys in the LDBC. When you go talk to the average guy like that, and I'm talking about our color, what do they think? They think it's not obtainable. They don't have no type of prime objective in this bitch. Listen to the way that this nigga James is talking. He got a prime objective. You know what I'm saying? You should have like at least 10 prime objectives anyways, especially if you're a family man. But you should have a prime objective like Young. I know I could sit here and tell you not everything about Young, but I know he loves music. That's his prime objective. You know what I'm saying? Like when you conversate with somebody, and when we conversate with our people, Okay, well, damn, what's your fucking prime objective? What's your end game? What you trying to do? If, like you said, I don't want to fry and flip burgers for a motherfucker all the time. Okay, look, laugh at a motherfucker at working fast food, right? But I guarantee you, he's not gonna be in jail for you trapping and shit like that. And one day he gonna be running that bitch, and he'll be able to start his own franchise. But see, people don't understand that shit. That's why I don't never laugh at motherfuckers that working at Walmart or working at Target or working at this place or working that place, because you don't know what that motherfucker what you say, James, infiltration. And then
Yeah,
that motherfucker become a manager and shit like that, have his own store, be like, hey, Young, he come over here, hey, Polo, I need a job. Man, come on in here, man. Shit, you good. Hey, James, my assistant manager, man, just hook him up with everything. But people don't understand that. What we got to do, what James say, work for master, working for the crackers, working this and working that. But people don't understand that logic, though.
hey, know what I'm gonna say before you get out here, because I don't know if you're leaving or not, but I love
No, no, no,
cooking
no,
with
no,
you,
no,
bro.
no. We gonna cook. Young
I,
on here.
I love cooking with you. This is another thing I'm gonna say for the people that is in the restaurant business. Like I say, you got 2, 3 kids, you get good taxes. I don't want to hear that shit. Go get your fucking food truck, nigga. 7,500. Invest in a food truck, a nice one, about 10 racks. Take your whole taxes, because you're gonna make that back. Go hit them grocery stores. Get you some salad, some lettuce. Go get you some meat. You could open up a taco stand, burrito, anything that's easy to get, nachos, hot dog. I don't give a fuck. You ain't got to slave in that bitch for them people. Become a boss. That's all I'm saying. Y'all, we run through too much money as black people because our
Shit,
talent
just
as it
burgers
is.
and fries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could just do burgers and fries, nigga. You could just fry hot wings or something. Listen, living in Houston, dog. I swear to God, I see so many food trucks, but I don't see no blacks. I see like 2 or 3 black food trucks here and there throughout the city, but the rest of the motherfuckers be Mexicans and all that. They know how to get it. They ain't letting their pride get in the way of how to make their money to become a boss. You letting your pride get in the way, and now you still a fucking worker. That's what I'm saying. You let your pride get up out the way. You know you don't want to work for these bitches. You badly want to go to that bitch anyway. So boss up, nigga. Fuck. That's what
Hey,
I'm
True
doing.
Viking
I just
Queen, True Viking Queen. Hey, James, she on the shit that you talking about. Entrepreneurship, man.
Yeah, say, but I just got my life back. I told y'all that. I was
Hmm.
convicted felon for 10 years, nigga, from '05 to 2015. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? I just got my shit together, dog. I ain't been good. That's why I'm working the way I'm working, so I can get back to that status. So whenever somebody need that type, because I don't had that type. I know how easy to get. I know how to
Right.
manage money. And I got more kids on my plate than I had back then. So now
Hmm.
that's why it's even much harder to seem like it's for to reach that goal, because my kids come first. But that's a business proposition. My kids gonna eat off that too, and they're gonna have to understand that, accept that, which they will. You understand? If daddy got a chance to start a business, bitch, I'm going broke. I'm about to empty the bank. I don't give a fuck. We gonna get this bitch rolling. Now, whoever else won't come a part of that, whoever won't be aboard, I ain't gonna hold back. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey,
The more the
hey, James.
merrier.
Hey, James. I didn't mean to cut you off, but see, you brought up a good point, and a lot of people don't understand this too. I'm gonna make 2 points too. Look, you brought up the the felony situation. What people don't understand, neither James and Young, felons and veterans are actually in the same boat. They don't listen. They frown upon motherfuckers that come from Iraq or Afghanistan and shit. Why? Because of the whole PTSD thing. And then, of course, with the felon situation, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they frown on that, not realizing that this guy, it probably was a nonviolent offense or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or just he done changed his life and shit like that. So they be in the same boat. And then another thing I was going to tell you too, James, a lot of people they need to go look at that movie Dolomite. And that's why I say, like, if you look at that movie, you'll understand. Sometimes you got a Dolomite shit. Dolomite,
Yes,
what was he doing? He was like, fuck this shit, man. This shit, this an abandoned building. Fuck it. We gonna go ahead and we gonna bombard and we gonna take over the shit. We gonna make it. You gotta Dolomite shit sometimes and stop thinking, well, we need to go to this guy in order to help us. No, fuck that. Like James said, go ahead, get that fucking food truck. You might have to put some maintenance on it, but eventually you'll get better at this shit. You gotta Dolomite shit.
that's the only way you're gonna get better. Scared money don't make no money, and I learned that the hard way. People, like I say, you'll be quick to go buy the new Jordans, buy all the new fashion shit that come out, but you won't be quick to go invest to have longevity. Like we backwards, man. That shit pisses me off. My girl be like, you ain't going buy nothing. I mean, I don't buy nothing unless I go somewhere. I got work clothes on 7 days a week. If there ain't nobody talking about they got nothing, no wet, no, such shit like that. Well, I do need an off day to enjoy life. I ain't gonna buy nothing, man. I'm trying to stack everything I could get because I'm trying to really open up a fucking legitimate business. Period. I ain't trying to be out here all past 50 working for nobody. By the time I make 50, I'm gonna have my own shit up and running. What's up, SY? I see you in the building.
What up, man? Yeah.
How that music thing going for you, dog? You still pushing, huh?
I took a break, cause I was on at the time, I was you heard me on. I was under with COVID.
Oh, hey man,
COVID.
I'm sorry about that. I hope you feel better. My son
Yeah,
just
yeah,
caught
yeah.
COVID.
I recovered from it. I
Yeah,
recovered.
we got to bring my son on the 26th to take his test. They trying to get us to take. My son number 14, talking about take a shot. Bitch, you crazy? Bitch, I slap the fuck out one of y'all up here. Ain't nobody taking no shot in my family, bitch. You got me fucked up. Look, we'll be back on the 26th so he can go his ass back to school. You understand? He all right. He young and healthy. The boy, big damn near big as me. He already taller than me. So I'm just saying, I ain't pressing the panic button. I believe in God first. And he said, no, 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 no. He sound like Rob Parker right now. No way, no how.
Yeah, yeah, cause I took that shit break off, and then I was like, I'm going through the movie. I'm gonna do the acting shit.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, but like the question was no them, but I was like cause like I remember the agency um they wanted like the son like the movie agency they like this what agency like the agencies they asked for me and so I said all right cool I'm gonna get signed, hope they give me some movie deal contract, hope I get a check, money. And I look no, they said they put my name in there, but I'm not getting no notification, no nothing and shit. So I'm like, damn, I said, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm gonna look for work. Instead of just waiting for somebody to give me work, I'm gonna go and get a work. You know.
So what you had to pay for that? That's like a school or something?
Yeah, no, it was a talent thing that agencies will sign you. And
I'm saying, but don't you have to like pay money to get into that
yeah,
type
yeah,
of stuff?
I had to pay in. I had to pay in.
Yeah, man, it's good to invest in yourself. So I'm with that. I just hope they give you a shot and don't be trying to play people out their money just because.
Yeah, man, they didn't give me and my people my boy he said that I'm out. He said I ain't signing to them. He said I ain't signing to them because we ain't got no vacation nothing, and we barely got no vacation. you know, and it was like, oh, do this, do that, and I did that. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit by myself. I'm gonna, I'm gonna find work, and then ever since then, I've been like just finding work, you know, the movie, um, auditioning, you know, so that just always say, you know, like you don't have to be like you don't have to be somebody's boss. Like you could be your own boss, you know. That's one thing because no, that's what me and my mom we had to argue about because she was like, no, she was like, why don't you get a job? I was like, I'm not doing that because you have a job. I told her like, no disrespect to my mom. I said, you have a job. Like you work with somebody above you. I'm not working for nobody else. I want to work on my own. I want to be independent because I already have an independent mindset. Let me just find work for myself, and let's see how that goes. You know, hopefully, and not being in a movie, and then they'll be like, you know, if I get notoriety, be like, who's this, who's that? I wanted to sign them, and like I wanted to sign them, and you know, hopefully that will well. But I decided to leave that and just work on independently.
All
You
right.
know, a lot of people they look at Walmart. They look at Walmart. I know it's a little bit off the subject, but it kind of pertains to what Young is talking about. They look at it, like Walmart. It was started in his garage. I had a partner, Young and James. This
Yeah.
motherfucker, they wasn't giving him no opportunity because of James situation and veteran situation, the felon situation, and all that. He went to barbering school. This motherfucker was cutting hair in his garage. It was his mom's garage. This motherfucker started taking, and he was young too. He started taking people's customers and shit like that. And so finally, dude got him on. It was an Asian cat that put him on. He had his own barbershop and stuff. And eventually, he started running. He started running the shit on his own because the Asian dude, he got sick or whatever. The Asian dude, James, hired
Yeah.
nothing but niggas. The dude's name was Chong, but the dude could cut hair because he would cut a lot of the soldiers' hair and shit like that. But he would do it fresh, you know what I'm saying? But he would hire nothing but niggas in there and shit. Nigga got up in that bitch, capitalized and took over that shit on and started all that shit from his garage because he ain't had no opportunity. When there's a will, there's a way, man.
Hey, that's how barbers used to do it though. You go in their mama kitchen, on the porch, in the
Yeah.
garage, and then they went got him a little shack or something. I know niggas went bought shades and turned that bitch into a barber shop. Put electric AC, then insulated that motherfucker out and bought a little light on the corner and went bought a shade from Home Depot and turned that bitch into a barber and became a boss.
Even like hosting basketball. Basketball. See, what I wanted to do, James and Young, is I wanted to get with a couple of my old high school teammates because uh, three of the guys I know they coaches now. But they got pulled in the fucking city and shit, and just put together a league. That's one of the things visions that I had, or amongst the many that I had, but was to put together a league to where we wouldn't have to go through so much bullshit. Not only for of course, for the youth, but also, James and Young, they got the 35 and up leagues, and they got different types of caliber leagues and stuff like that you play in. Because see, when a lot of them guys may be so full of politics. You got to go through this, you got to go through that. Nah, let's make it simple. Look, nigga, just go ahead and get your roster together. It don't have to be that much. But see, when you put teams like that together, they want an arm and a leg, and I don't like shit like that. That's what LeVar Ball was trying to bring to the game, but they try to exit that nigga out though. They try
Then
to
they steal
exit
something
LeVar
from him
Ball out.
anyway. Then they try to take his little the way he started running things and implementing the NBA. That's how they always do it. He come with something and he say how his shit working. Oh shit, he might be a little competition. He got a little money. He could push that. People
Right.
might start going over there. So we got to cancel this nigga out. See, the more people that would have jumped on board with him, it would have been hard to cancel him out because everybody was trying to blackball him anyway because of how he was in his son's life and always in the storylines or whatever in the spotlight. But fuck that, man. Maybe he was doing that to try to push
Hmm.
that business to get talent. He trying to market himself, and I like that. You got to market yourself. You got
Hmm.
some niggas don't want to market themselves and want to be slaves though. I ain't trying to be no slave no more. Fuck all that. That's
And,
why I pick security guard. And you don't do shit being a security guard.
but see, but look, hey, but see, no, listen, man. Hey, I'll hire James and listen. James is a nigga that you would want on your team. Anybody that got security, you know why? Because guess what? James could work a party for me. James could work a family reunion for me. James
Oh,
could,
that's what
you
I'm
know what
about
I'm
to do
saying?
though. I'm about to get
He
my level 4 polo so I can start doing those too. That's
he
$125.
right, and he could cover for me if I'm like there's a lot of niggas that want you to cover for them, James. You
Yeah.
know, at young like young as a rapper, he up and coming rapper something like that. He like, hey James, I need you to cover for me because I'm about to go to this place or something like that. I don't know this place. Cool, I got you. You know, shit like that. Because these these guys that I be knowing, man, they serve their prior service. One guy I know, he was a Marine, shit like that. They always getting offers for them to cover private security. They want them to watch their kids when they go into school, sort of like that man on fire type shit. that type shit. But
Now I
you
already
don't
told
understand.
niggas
And they look at
polo, if they
security.
need
Oh,
security,
security.
holla at
Oh,
me.
he just do security, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if that nigga's a mall cop or not. That motherfucker got more credentials than you. Not saying that James, but I'm talking about they frown on shit like that. Now I can't stand that shit, bro.
Know what I'm straight about though? They call me a mall cop all they want, but they can't call me a flashlight cop.
Right, exactly. But
Bitch,
see, they don't
I ain't
realize
no
that.
day
They
day.
don't realize
I
that,
ain't on the
when you bring
whistle.
the weapons, when you bring in that weapon, man, it's a lot. You got to be on your p's and q's because there's a lot of legalities involved in that shit too. That's why a lot of niggas don't want to fuck with the bullshit. James know more about that shit, but because I took a class one time, but I was like, man, for you putting your life on the line. And I'm talking about security guards and stuff like that. For them putting their life on the line, they don't make. I had a homie that was. He told me how much he would make. I was like, man, fuck that shit. Man, they should be paying. They honestly, y'all should be making six figures. That's just because to put your life on the line like that,
Hey,
I
see,
don't give a
this the
fuck.
whole thing about security, and a lot of people don't understand that. They don't know that even with police and police have the right to shoot. We all know that, but
Hmm.
they don't think you're like if they see you with a gun, them motherfuckers ain't fucking with that because they feel like I'm not about to lose my life. They got niggas out here patrolling. Now, the spots where I patrol at, that's at this restaurant that I work for. It's like it's like a big ass franchise. Like it's huge, dog. So we be store to store, store to store. I never be at just the same store. I got my permanent store, but I'm saying Monday through Sunday, I could be at any store in the morning time, but at 5 o'clock, I'll be at my store after 5. So you got niggas that be trying to break in cars. You got people that be trying to steal cars. You got all kind of shit. But when, like I said, if they see you patrolling and you're a commission, that means you got a gun. If you're
Hmm.
non-commissioned, you don't have a gun. That's the only ones they play on and be gone with they move because they know they can't do nothing. You know what I mean? They ain't got no gun. But what I'm saying is, if they come out there and try to break in the car and they see you and you patrolling and you just standing in the vicinity, they see you with that hammer, and I got 4 clips. I got a whole pouch with 2 clips, one in the gun and one in my pocket I walk around with. You see what I'm saying? So I go to work with 4 clips every day. Cause I don't trust these niggas. I know how wild it is. Them niggas don't want to go to jail, so they gonna bust their way out the jam. I know how wild these niggas is on these new drugs, so I'm gonna give them what they looking for. But like I say, when they see you with that gun polo, they ain't stupid. Them niggas ain't trying to get hit
Right.
with that bitch. So they gonna go to another store. So that's why it's good to show. Like if you could protect yourself, protect yourself. But if you're gonna be a security guard, don't do that non-commission because you can't protect yourself. I signed up as non-commission, right? But the reason why I had to sign up as non-commission, because I had to wait for my records to come from New Orleans to show all that shit was out
Right,
the system,
right,
and
right.
I did my 10 off being that convicted felon. You know, convicted felon go from 7 to 10 years. It depends on your charge. You see what I'm saying? And by me having a gun charge, them bitches was already tripping off of that. So I had to do 3 months non-commission, and then I had to double back and do and get my commission license. And I've been on ever since, nigga, making good money. It's easy.
Yeah, and my partner, man, he was doing it. He was doing it for a long time. He's like, man, this, this is easy work. But he said he got it because he ended up getting an offer. Young and James, he ended up getting an offer from the Border Patrol. Now, one of my partners, God rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago. But he was in the army just off the fact, that motherfucker had served in Afghanistan and Iraq and everything. He could get any damn job or whatever, which we thought was odd. We thought that they were gonna fuck with him because of the whole PTSD thing. Tell me why this motherfucker he did the security thing for a little bit, ended up working for Border Patrol, and he was trying to put nothing but niggas on. He was trying to slide everybody up in that bitch.
But hey, that's a nice people to work for. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really trying to go that high. You got level 2, 3, 4, and you got level 5. Level 5 when you fuck with the federal.
Hmm.
When you dealing with the government, like the big dogs. But
Hmm.
like I said, I ain't trying to be no cop. I did this shit to protect myself, protect my family, because I couldn't,
Hmm.
because I was convicted felon. You can't go to no gun. A nigga kick at my door with a gun, I got to throw butter knives at him and screwdrivers and shit. Shoot at him with a nail gun, man. Fuck all that.
Oof.
I'm gonna be able to protect my family, and my girl was the only one that could do that at the time. So I went and bought her a 9 Smith and Wesson. So like I
Hmm.
said, when we moved back out here from New Orleans in 2018, my brother-in-law was working for these people already. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, nigga, you like to play with guns, nigga. It's been about 10 years. You ain't been getting in no trouble. He said, man, come over there and try to get a job with me. And at first I was like, man, I ain't trying to be no motherfucking security guard, especially if I can't carry that iron. He toting that iron every day and I'm tweaking. So he like, man, I'm telling you, man, that shit old, man. Then you in another state, you ain't never got in trouble out here. So dog, I went and tried that shit. Them people hired me, dog, and said the only way I can carry a gun if I get all my records from Louisiana. Man, I sent them 10 down there quick. The people faxed that shit over. In 3 weeks, them bitches sent my license in the mail. I've been buying guns ever since, nigga. You understand? I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
Everybody think, oh, when you be like, oh, where'd you buy the gun? Shit, hell yes. And what about your kids? Oh yeah, okay. When my daughter turned 8, or my youngest daughter, when she turned 8, oh, she gonna know about it. When my son turned 5, he gonna know about it.
you
You know what
gotta
I'm
teach
saying?
them. You gotta teach them, bro. Cause I'm
Don't
gonna
don't
tell you
don't put
why.
it in, don't put it in. My wife was terrified. Don't put it in his hands. What you think? What if I bring him? Hey James and Young, if I bring my little mans around my uncles and my cousins and stuff like that, what the fuck you think they gonna do? They gonna they gonna show them that shit. That nigga, they gonna teach them shit
Hey,
anyway.
that's how we learn. My listen, my daddy used to unchamber everything, take all the bullets out, and sit at the table with all his nephews and me, and just show us, look, man, this is what you do. And he loved revolvers. He had a 357, he had a 9, and he had a 4.5. That's why I fell in love with the 4.5s. You see what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Then my stepdad had a 4.5. He had a
mhm,
9 and he had a Mac 11. My stepdaddy. So, like I said, coming up in the project, we was always around that type shit. We niggas just knew right from wrong. My first charge as a juvenile is 15 years old. Got caught with a 357, 6 months house arrest. So like I had to learn. I had to learn, dog. I learned from my own mistakes. I ain't had to learn from nobody else's mistakes. every mistake that I got myself into, I got myself out without playing the game sour. And I took my lick because I knew the consequences already. So why bring a nigga down when I got caught? Like I never was that type of person. That's why I tell niggas, this game ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? So I knew right from wrong. I knew what the fuck I was doing. So I chose to take another path, especially when you have kids. I don't want my kids around that shit, man. I wasn't even much doing that shit because of the name that a nigga had. A nigga broke in our house on my girl's birthday. And when I seen my girl face, nigga, that shit damn near broke me down. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm a man. I gotta stand tall sometimes. But niggas get emotional too, and sometimes that shit get the best of a nigga. Especially when you walk home and you see your fucking 9-month-old baby and your wife arms crying, both of them hollering to the top of their lungs. And I'm like, man, what the fuck happened? The door bust open off the fucking hinges. This bitch is off the hinges, nigga. I ain't got no door on that bitch no more. They done clinked us out, man. And I worked hard for that shit, dog. Nigga wasn't out here like that because they stereotype a nigga. I worked for those 22s. I worked to put that TV and that music in my car because the lifestyle I came from, and I know I wanted to treat myself. That was the way of treating myself. You dig what I'm saying? And y'all took all that shit. That shit broke me down, nigga. I worked hard for that shit. So it was a time, like I say, I had to do this right here. And bad as I ain't want to be looked at as no flashlight cop or none of that, I had to do what was best for me. And it paid good. So this is what I told my cousin. I took a picture. I had my girl take a picture of me with my uniform first without the gun. I said, cuz, what I look like? That nigga said like a snitch. So I took another picture with the gun on, with that bitch in my hand. Like, now what I look like? That boy, oh yeah, look like you a popper nigga now, boy. Look like you ready for war. Nigga called me a snitch when I was a non-commissioned officer. He said, "What you
Man,
gonna do?
my
Rat on a
lord
nigga?"
got that shit started, James. What do you say, Flat? Like, I see you, I see
Yeah.
you. He got that shit started, man.
That nigga said I looked like a
Fucking my
snitch without
lord.
that gun. But said, "What you a flashlight cop now, cuz?" I said, "Boy, you gonna get yourself
Um,
hurt out there."
thin line of love and hate and shit.
And I felt bad, dog. Them first 3 months, I ain't much want to come to work, nigga. Everybody I work with got that iron on their side. I'm the only one on the golf cart without the gun. I said, boy, if something happen, y'all better get around this bitch quick. But you know, I wasn't even much tripping, dog, because I know the law had me. I used to just make fun at first. Because at the post that I'm working right now, there's no bullshit. I had just started working here. I've been here like 7 months. But I wasn't working at this post when it happened. And them bitches gonna have the nerve to send me over here and they know I'm non-commissioned. You heard me? I ain't got boy, they had like 6 guards over here at one time at one point. You dig? I've been here going on 4 years. So a dude come up in the parking lot, right? He
Mhm.
must have seen a nigga he was beefing with or whatever. So I patrol Papa Do's and I patrol Papa Cito's. Dog,
The
this
Mexican
nigga.
and the
Oh, yeah,
seafood.
yeah.
So listen, this nigga pulled up in the parking lot. He followed the nigga in here. The nigga in the car with a little female. I guess they going in one of these motherfuckers to eat. So the nigga ain't see the dude follow him in here. He said one of the security guards who was on the post. He said when the shit happened, it happened so fast. I knew the dude because I worked with him before, but I don't know him like that because I had just started. But he said, man, the way the shit happened, it happened so fast. I ain't know where the shit was coming from. I just heard shots. So I'm asking the nigga where he was. So he said he was in the back on the golf cart. See, well, the dudes turned in the front, in the front part. The shots rang out, boom, boom, boom. When he rolled up to go see where it was coming from, he see the car going out the parking lot, trying to get back out the driveway. The 2 dudes in the car behind him, hanging out the window. One of them hanging out the window, dumping at this nigga. They wind up getting this nigga a couple of blocks up the road, though. The nigga wind up dying and all that. So this what I'm saying, though. The security guard who had the gun, this nigga took his shit off and ran in the store. You're supposed to be out here protecting and serving. Boy, I'm from New Orleans, boy. If I'd have seen that shit, ain't nowhere in the world that shit would have happened on my watch. You heard me? That's all I'm saying. And I don't be looking for no shit like that. But the way that shit happened, now they got 4, 5 officers over here every fucking day because this on the southwest side, across from the NRG stadium where the Texans play at. It be jumping around here.
Yeah.
This like the hood, nigga. And nothing but New Orleans niggas stay in this part of the neck of wood. Cause this where we came at the first when Katrina first hit. That's where everybody was in this area. In the NRG Stadium by across in the Astrodome though, before they
Yeah,
broke the Astrodome down. So this area right here is full of New Orleans people. They be
yeah.
cutting up around here, nigga. Now I ain't saying it's us that did it, but I don't know who the fuck it was because I wasn't working over here. And I be like, man, Lord, just keep me away from these flunkies because I ain't trying to really hit nobody with this bitch, but I swear I would. I would give him they call me fucked up barber last check because I will fuck your shit up.
Nah, man. I mean, because man, you gotta be like a lot of people don't understand, James. Like
This
just like
shit dangerous though. It
yeah,
is
when
dangerous, Polo.
when you play listen, I was saying like I think I had already said this to Young, but when you everybody when you play like a sport like football or when you go to the military or you doing even security or whatever, man, you got to be wired different, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to be wired different because some guys, man, yeah, they'll go to the classroom, James, and they'll learn all this shit or whatever. But then when when it gets time for action, hey, you can't go by no motherfucking book. Sometimes, man, you gonna have to throw that shit out the window. And then that's when your street instincts got to kick in.
Hey, bro, you can't survive without having some kind of street smarts though. I don't care. Why you think all
That
them people who don't have street smarts always get got? Because they don't know how to read the play and see it coming. I done
that
stopped so much shit from happening because I read the play and I know how to read it. I stopped niggas
it,
from going to jail doing that shit. Man, don't go rob that little dude, man. That dude gonna snitch on you. Then you have to kill him. Niggas don't be giving a fuck when they out here hurting. And I done saved a lot of people, dog, and that ain't my fucking job. But I feel like if I'm trying to make a difference in the way I'm talking to y'all, I gotta be true to that shit, dog. That's the only way I know how to go now, dog. That's why I came up with that episode of True Hurt. Cause sometimes the truth do hurt. You gotta tell people the truth so they can know what's going on, so they can know how to get through that obstacle. If you don't tell this person the truth, they're gonna be blind their whole life and keep running into roadblocks, keep needing help getting out of certain situations that they could prevent. That's why I say we gotta start helping. You might not helping financially, but wisdom is more than financially. Giving a nigga advice and how to survive in these streets better than any financial stability you can give a nigga. Because if you get a nigga the money and he don't know how to survive in these streets, a nigga come take it from him, now what? Now you got to come back and ask you for it again. I'm just saying, dog. Streets ain't bad. I know niggas was in the streets doing it for the right reason because they didn't have nothing. And a nigga ain't gonna just let you do him no anything. So you will turn a good boy into a bad boy, just like a good girl gone bad. I know a teacher right now, dog. I went to school with. I ain't must know she was gonna be no teacher. Guess what she doing? She doing threesomes, and she's still a school teacher. She do videos. She be throwing orgy parties. They be going to conventions where swinging be going on.
yeah,
I'm like,
sexual convictions.
what the fuck?
Right, but listen, see, no, fuck that shit, James and Young already know, man. We triple X around this bitch. James, we triple X around this bitch. I can't go Patreon level though, but listen,
No,
I'm
I
gonna tell you
understand
like
that.
this. Listen, every James, nigga, everybody love dog. Everybody think that preachers don't love sex. Yes, they do. Everybody
Yeah,
think that these people that work in these offices don't love sex. Yes, they do. These motherfuckers, people, everybody that look at sex, man, they not. Some people look at sex because hey, they want to spice up shit in their marriage life. Some of these guys, man, don't even know how to go get off anymore because okay, damn, man, my girl don't turn me on like she once used to. That's why some niggas do go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Uh, listen, women. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody that be talking about, oh, she nasty or she this or she that and everything like that. That teacher or that lady that works in the cafeteria or work in a factory job or something like that, them jobs that you don't have to dress up or something like that, they want to appeal to their husbands. They still want to be able to turn them on and stuff like that. So a lot of
Facts.
them women, they like to go to a strip club, or they like to see women because they're fascinated by their body. You could talk down on the stripper if you want to, but a lot of women, they admire a stripper. Uh, ask a lot of women if they like to have a pole in their house, or if they would like to take pole dancing classes. I guarantee you, the majority of them will say yeah, because they want to. A woman wants to be desirable, and that's what a man want. He want a desirable woman. You know what I'm saying? We can sit up here in front like, oh man, why you guys talk about sex and all this other stuff, nigga? How the fuck you think we got here?
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
like, I can't stand that shit. Everybody like, oh my god,
Yeah, like it's so
James, you
bad. I
said
feel
you
you.
said orgies, you said sex party, nigga, dog, motherfuckers is gonna go to that shit. Even people at churches, they gonna go to a sex convention because you don't want to be church in the bedroom. Nah, you want to be a freak. You feel me?
Hey,
But
one of
nigga,
my favorite movies is Players Club. I ain't gonna lie.
shit, nigga, man, you better love sex, man. My son, listen, he better walk in and tell me, hey, dad, man, I had sex with. Man, don't be mad at me. Nah, nigga, dog. Did you strap up? You know, that's 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 what But everybody wants to sit up here and that's what's wrong with our society now, James and Young. It's like everybody want to go to the other way now, and I'm not trying to offend nobody or whatever. But nah, I'm a treat. My daughter came in there and she was trying to flex, like make a muscle. I was like, nah, that's for men. You know what I'm saying? That you a lady. You supposed to, meow. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be a lady. You feel me? You a lady.
Yeah,
Let the men be tough, strong. You use your mind. It's okay for a lady to be strong independently, but I want you to be a lady. I still want you to be a woman, or a girl that transition into a woman, a princess that'll eventually be a queen.
Yeah.
But
ain't
everybody
nothing
wants
like
to
a
sit.
lady that treat themselves like a queen and notice it. Like you say, women need attention just like men. But if you got to go outside your home to get it, it don't make no sense. I ain't doing that like that. Cause guess what? It posted role play, do whatever you got to do to spice your shit up. I don't give a fuck. You understand? Cause guess what? Once you have them kids, it ain't about you and her. So you about to do all that and fault your girl for not being in your kids' life because her sex game. You know what I mean? Like you supposed to be there for them kids after that. Now I ain't saying you ain't supposed to be happy and just put up with the bullshit if it ain't going right. That's why I'm saying find something that you can do to spice that shit up. Cause there's a lot of things you can do. I don't know what like I ain't trying to encourage nobody to do nothing they don't want to do. They never did. But hey, like I say, role play, dress up in Michael Myers and sneak through the window. Yeah, stab up and get it from the back. Whatever you need to do. Because it's more ways that you can look at your girl attractive. Because me, I've been in a relationship going on 12 years. You know what I mean? So,
Hey James, yeah, hey James, listen. Some niggas don't. Hey, some niggas don't last. Some niggas don't last 12 weeks. Yet alone 12 days. Yet alone 12 minutes or even 12 seconds.
yeah.
In the generated nigga, your ass last 12 years, man.
And
That's a
this
blessing.
type of generation, and don't get it wrong, no, it was obstacles. It was people throwing salt on your name because they know how good it was. Man, your girl always outside, your kids together, everywhere you go. They want a piece of that shit. So they gonna break up a happy home. It's up to us to let them niggas do that shit though. You understand? So you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. All women and all dudes don't mean you no good. What you should be asking yourself, why you want me now? What makes you want me now? You ain't been want me. You see what I'm saying? So why are you trying to break up my happy home all of a sudden? And the female should be asking a nigga that when the niggas ain't never want to holler at you, and all of a sudden it's club night, he trying to get a little dick wet, think it's gonna be that cakewalk. You ask that nigga that question. You been seeing me around. Why now? And see how fast that nigga run. Bad enough they don't be want to buy a nigga no drink. You know females ain't offering no drink. So the niggas gotta do it all. So what I'm asking is, that's the two questions you should be asking your companion that be coming at you on that level when you already know what it's about. It's about going home, me fucking, and you go back where you come from. You ain't trying to raise no family. You ain't trying to do nothing. So just keep it real with each other, man. You be out here trying to procrastinate and sell a motherfucker a dream like you liking them just to get the draws. And then when you get the fucking draws, you done dipped out on a female and you wonder why these females feel the way they feel and be slashing your tires, put sugar in your tank, calling your old lady playing on the phone.
Shit, they be ready to slash you. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. And you wonder how your old lady all in the mix now. Cause while you was in that sleep, she done got your old lady number out the phone. I done had all kind of games play on me. You dig? And I done played all kind of games. So I'm just telling you, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, nigga. That's all. Ain't
Wait,
time to
hey,
play no game.
women, hey James, tell them, man, and young, hey, women are detectives.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
I call my girl Caroline Mason. She first 48. I don't give a fuck. You can erase something. She gonna pick that bitch out the grave. Well, hold up. You thought you were gonna erase
Murder,
this
murder, she
without?
wrote.
Yeah, without me. Barnum John. She Kojak around this bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? I used to erase shit, dog, just so she don't see it, but it wasn't on nothing. Because I know how she felt about females. And my girl like this. If I'm with you, you don't need no females. I'm your friend. I'm everything. So I had to get it. I had to respect that. And like she don't deserve that. When your girl deserves something, just like if your nigga deserves something, oblige, man. That's gonna keep the fuel down. That's gonna like they say, happy wife, happy life. So that goes the same for the nigga. You know that shit just don't rely to the females. If you cooking every day, you giving your man what he want. You know how to treat him. That nigga ain't going nowhere. That nigga gonna come home, get on that game, and drink him a cold one, and be waiting for your ass to come in the room.
But you know what? But I've always felt like, you know what I'm saying. James can attest to this too. But also, if and young, if y'all in a relationship, man, you know what I'm saying, don't lose sight of yourself and what you're trying to do either. Because listen, we'll get into a relationship or a marriage or something serious and everything, and then you having intentions of, like James was saying, like starting a business. You got these ambitions, you got these goals and everything, but sometimes, man, you lose sight of your purpose of what you want to do because, oh well, she done detoured your focus, or she wants you to do
Facts.
things her way and come into control. Nah, fuck that shit. Listen, if you want to stay having rock hard abs and nice chest and still being in fit and shape and still can jump out the gym and shit like that, be like, look, I'm not losing that shit for you or anybody else. And you gotta tell her that as long as I'm taking care of everything in here, providing and protecting, and also making sure that y'all are well taken care of. Shit, it shouldn't be no motherfucking question. You gotta stand on that motherfucking principle. Don't don't think that you gotta become a Homer Simpson or Al Bundy, a fat slob or something like that just to appease her. Because guess what? Then you're not gonna appeal what alpha to her no more. You're not gonna appeal sexy to her no more, anything like that. It'd be like, look, well, if I'm fat, out of shape, and slob and all this other stuff, guess what? It would be your fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with you ladies too. Man, don't let no motherfucking man change you. Look, if you still want to have that big booty coke bottle shape, you know what I'm saying? Thin in the waist, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful shape, cute face, and all that other shit. Man, don't get out of shape for that nigga. And if he trying to change your ass, get the fuck up out of that relationship or out of that shit. You can't let nobody fucking control you. Keep your motherfucking shit great. Like my nigga James know what I'm talking about. Look, man, look, I like to go to the motherfucking barbershop and debate. If I seen James and Young there, I'm like, look, hey, y'all calling me? Oh yeah, hey, I'm on my way, nigga. We gonna talk about the motherfucking 49ers game. You can't stop being you. You can't stop having your fun. And like James said,
y'all can't stop having y'all fun either. Even though the kids are there, shit, take them little kids to the fucking movie theater with y'all asses too, or dump these kids on the fucking grandparents too, or whatever, and y'all go out and y'all go get y'all freak on. You can't stop being yourself, man. Guess I lost both of y'all on that one. 3,000, we up in here dolo. I appreciate the homie James pulling up, and I appreciate Young pulling up. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Luda Rider. I forgot about the Luda Rider. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie Luda Rider and the boy Nola Boy Sports and News. I put the link in there again, so maybe that these guys could probably jump up in here again. But for the most part, hold on one sec. I think True Viking might have left too. It's all good, y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Good dope conversation. Uh, you know, man, we touched on pretty much everything. I mean, the first thing that I need to, yeah, family affair. Look, okay. Um, Look, the first thing that I originally was talking about, I was talking about Hersey Hawkins, right? Now, like James was just talking about earlier, okay? We could sit up here and we could talk about all these guys that we know about now. What's up with it, Greenleaf? I see you in the building. Haven't seen you in a while, man. God damn, bro. Like, shoot, man. I figured we both from Texas, man. You relate to a nigga, man. But damn, nigga, I know you in the H and shit, but goddamn, nigga. You know what I mean? Shit. Come on now. We supposed to be Texas. Shout out to all my niggas in Texas. The homie Goat Mike, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Greenleaf, my nigga Hitman X, you know what I'm saying? My nigga James, he in Texas. You know what I'm saying? My shit, man. Everybody that's a true Viking queen. Everybody, man. Um, yeah, hey, but you know what though? Greenleaf? Hey, Deshaun Watson got that settlement uh offer for him, right? Y'all just fired y'all motherfucking coach, all right? And guess who y'all interviewed? Y'all, and I'm talking about the Texans now. Y'all just interviewed Flores, the guy that was sitting up there hating on Deshaun Watson, saying that, oh, all we need is high character guys. Listen, if I'm Deshaun Watson, like after telling James, I'm getting the fuck up out of there. Like I told Luda Ryder too. That whole organization has been crumbling. It's been falling down. It hadn't been right even since Bill O'Brien was there. Bill O'Brien knew it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna talk about. I'm not gonna even get into the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know that situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like Deshaun Watson needs to be let out of there. He was taking pictures with his girlfriend already. He was already taking pictures on social media with his girlfriend. What does that tell you? He's sitting there smiling. Deshaun Watson is still looking like, a humble savage. Deshaun Watson ain't messed with them 22 damn women and them allegations that they coming out with. The motherfucker just want to leave because he know how trash of an organization in the front office it is. Y'all had the personnel at one time. You know what I'm saying? When you like I mentioned earlier, when you were talking about a motherfucking um Arian Foster, when you were talking about a motherfucking Andre Johnson, when you were talking about a motherfucking JJ Watt, man, when you were talking about the Hopkins, you know what I'm saying? Now Deshaun Watson. Yeah, they're trying to blackball him, but no, that shit's not gonna work. Especially if Tomlin gets a hold of a front office in the league, or he gets a position in the league, Tomlin's gonna do everything that he can to help Deshaun Watson, because one thing about Mike Tomlin, one thing about Tony Dungy, one thing about Herm Edwards, uh, all these guys that I just mentioned, they are about opportunity. They are about opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tomlin, he's the epitome of opportunity. That's why I want him to get in the Steelers front office so that he could go ahead and make a change. Look, the Ben Roethlisberger era is finished. It's over with. Now it's time to move on. You got to look to the future. You got all these guys that need to be used right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get Deshaun Watson in there. You could grow with him, and go ahead and get in there with the era. Why sit there and go draft a quarterback or get somebody else in there and start all the way from the ground up when Deshaun Watson has the capability to go ahead and get you there even further than what you got this year? But nobody wants to look at it from that particular perspective. 3,000 and Greenleaf, you know. Look, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it would have been great for them to have a Steelers versus Cowboy Super Bowl, because that would have been the sixth time that y'all played in history, right? You know, but the Steelers, I don't even think that the Steelers front office is that great. Look, you got a guy, you said, and he'll take the pressure off the defense. Exactly. Listen, you got dog TJ Watt got the single season sack record. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up there, you know, above Strahan. Like, do you know, dog? You talking about a generational talent linebacker? Listen, I still think Michael Parsons, even though he had he didn't perform his best yesterday. I still think he's the truth. I don't care what nobody say. Rookie, all pro, he in that thing. You know, but TJ Watt, he ain't nothing to be fucked with neither. When you got a guy like that, and you got, guys like Juju and all these other guys, all these young guys that can be used. I think they were talking about Hines Ward. Get his ass up in there, let him do some help. Get some of these old Steeler players up in there, let him do some help. Fuck it. Let's talk about the Houston Texans organization. You could get a lot of guys up in there that could really clean that front office up. Man, Parsons is look, I know he didn't have a great game yesterday, okay? You know, we know that, and or he had some other things that was going on too. Plus that he was kind of stunned by the hit, because they had to check and see the concussion thing. But get Vander Ish out of the way, and Parsons will be free to do whatever the fuck he wants. Vander Ish is just in the way right now. He's just in the way. Parsons is so versatile, man. He could play multiple positions. You want to talk about Travis Kelce, another guy that's immortal, that could be versatile and do plenty of things on the field. You want to talk about JJ Watt at one point that could do multiple things on the field and be versatile, and use him in various different ways and forms. Shit, Michael Parsons, you could do the same thing for him. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at his agility. Agility. I'm looking at his athletic ability. I'm looking at his versatility. but they not looking at it. They not looking at it like that. That's how I'm looking at it. You know, yeah, he's young, athletic, elite, and most importantly, 3,000. He doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's got that. And in football, you know, some people might not think, man, you got to have that nastiness. You got to have that nastiness in you. That's what the great Herm Edwards said. He's like, you got to have a little nasty in you. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the. Listen, um, I'm disappointed in the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more disappointed in Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy should go as well as Kellen Moore, and they need to get somebody. Shit, they might have to call Mike Tomlin, depending on how he feels. Shoot, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm calling Tomlin. Hold on one second, y'all. Hey guys, I'm gonna shut it down, man. Polo Sports Talking NT 3000, man. I'm gonna shut it down for a little bit. I'm gonna get at y'all later.